Hello, everybody, and welcome to the night of the ESL Challenger League playoffs here in EU. We're in the thick of things. We're coming towards the end. It's time for our lower bracket final. I'm Darth Mike. This is Alan Hender. Oh, you broke out the classic college football jacket, the Letterman jacket. Not even college, high school.
I had to. I mean, you raised the bar so much with the fit today. It's just spectacular. The blue, the colors, the patterns. It is just perfect. And I just felt, you know, I had to raise the bar, Mike, to try and bring it back. And this is all I could do. And I know you like it, so that's all that matters.
You could do. Gotta upgrade the wardrobe, Alec. Gotta get some more weird shirts in there. That's it's my specialty. Yeah, let's speaking of weird shirts, we've got a great matchup. I don't know how that goes,
what are you saying about their jerseys? Do you not like their jerseys?
No, I actually like both their jerseys, so I got nothing to talk about here. Apeks in particular, I think the blue and the orange is a snappy combo. So good dressers there. We got a matchup between Apeks and FORZE. To see how we got here, why don't we take a peek at the bracket? Because it has been, you know, a bit of a brawl. We've got our first team into the grand finals. That also means we've got our first team qualified into the ESL Pro League. That's 3D Max, the French squad, newly with an org and showing up well. Now, that also means that our lower bracket final will be a matchup against Sinners. So these teams are competing for a chance to take down Sinners. There's 2 more steps on the journey, but just 2 more best of 3s would see you into the next season of Pro League. Apeks and FORZE both vying for that honor.
Yeah, it's got to be said. A lot of the big names are already out. Monty forfeit because they already have the Pro League spot. Spirit, they're playing a concurrent event, so unfortunately they had to field their academy roster, and unfortunately for them, this is too high a caliber of competition for them to compete. Movistar sweeping changes to their team, and it's got to be said, I guess 9 as well has been in great form earlier this year. Apeks is the only real big name still in the contention. They're in the lower bracket. FORZE doesn't mess around either, so as always, plenty of surprises, but very happy for the French and super happy for 3D Max. Those guys had a rough time orgless, and now they're under an org. It doesn't seem to have missed a beat. They're still playing good Counter-Strike and a spot in Pro League. Everybody on the French side of things is surely happy about that.
I mean, they've, if anything, stepped up since the introduction of the new game. I mean, I think it suits their play style very much so, at least at the moment, and they're having some fun with it. The individuals certainly were lethal yesterday, and the team as a whole looking very good. But let's focus on the matchup we've got in front of us. Apeks and FORZE. Making it to this point, I think FORZE has been one of the biggest surprises for us. We weren't sure how this team was going to fare with the change of, you know, Jerry out, how they were going to do in terms of structure, getting much younger. But Shelfie stepped into the in-game leading role and done it quite well. They found some talent as well, bringing in Gokushima, bringing in Tenier, impressing us with those players. Krad's been in and out and back into the roster. This team's taken shape, and now, I mean, they're top 4 in the season of Challenger League, and they've impressed us every time we got a chance to watch.
Yeah, and it's because there's just been so many sweeping changes. New in-game leader, Krad bizarrely came back out of nowhere when we thought he was benched, then on his way out. Gokushima replaces Elian. A lot of unknowns about this team, and still on paper, when you look at the lineup, it might not jump out at you, but we've seen it. This FORZE team isn't messing around. They've got some really skilled players. Shelfie has always been an aggressive player, and surely their style now coalesces around that. So it's a very different team, I think, to the FORZEs of old around Jerry. But I like the new taste, and some of these new individuals have been a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, for sure. They're an exciting team, and definitely some of the stars of the region of the future are on this lineup, and it's just a matter of time until they break out and look incredible.
Yeah, and it's a lot more, shall we say, undiscovered talent. Like, we got to know Shelfie and Result in some previous rosters, but Tenier and Gokushima, they've been revelations. It's been cool to see them moving through as that region just continues to produce stars. It feels like, I don't know how deep the talent pool goes, but it's apparently at least as deep as a well. Talking about Apeks, though, it's another team that underwent changes, right? Stiko, the longest standing member of the team alongside Jacob, moves on out. Couldn't reach an agreement. He's taken a step back, looking for his next project. And Sense, the young gun, the Norwegian player from the academy team, steps into the roster.
Yeah, he's been playing perfectly fine. I think the fear for them is when you're losing someone like Stiko, that's another aged, experienced voice to help with the mid-rounding, to help set up the team. So it's no, we're not trying to disparage Sense, but he's not going to bring those intangibles just as much. But individually, he's looked fine. I don't think he's been a liability. I think the biggest thing for this team is the statement of intent by Nork re-signing. He did have a week or so of not playing on the roster. We don't know why that was. They didn't say anything publicly. But now he's signed. He's definitely involved in this project now for the long term. He's a big piece of them. And all in all, Apeks, for me, are playing themselves back into form after a really tough period between the major and maybe a month or two ago. They really had a big rut. But I think they're back in good shape, and they've looked great to me in the last few weeks.
I think it's fascinating that he chose to recommit, right? Because I mean, by his own admission, there were overtures from other organizations, that I think the implication was maybe haven't treated him as well in the past. Some, maybe some reunions on deck there, something back into the Swedish scene. But he likes what he's been doing here in Apeks. He likes what they built around him. He likes the resources they've given, and certainly they've made him the focal point, right? He's not going to get replaced because they found someone better, even though he's playing well. Someone they think is better, surely, because he's the star. He is the star of this roster. He has been the star of this roster. I mean, realistically, certainly since JL left, but even before that, the op has been a focal point for this team. And, especially with Stiko moving out, you need more of that veteran leadership from Nock, from Jacob. That's kind of what you're leaning on. Your IGL and Kickson is young comparatively. He's got a lot less experience than these two guys. And as you're bringing in more young players, Sassanito from his old Blue Jays team, now Sense from the academy roster, it really does fall to these veterans, Nock and Jacob, to elevate the team around them.
Yeah, I mean, Nork's been brilliant. He was also named Eliza MVP despite not winning, which is a massive statement. If you're ever awarded MVP and you haven't won the tournament, it means you've gone above and beyond.
That's like the Zaiwu, right? Wasn't that the classic? He was winning all these MVPs.
The most famous one was Guardian, who got it with Na'Vi in the Cluj Poker, despite coming second. That one sticks out in my mind as you just look at them and you're just like, what more could you have done to try and win your team this tournament? That is Nork as of late, and as you said, I think him and Jakem, both in terms of experience and individual play, are the talisman for this team. And then, of course, kicks ankles around that. So if they're in good shape, this Apeks team is dangerous, and they definitely can still win this tournament. There is no doubt about it.
Without a doubt. I think the big issue for them is that it feels like the firepower on the Forza side is maybe deeper, right? That you can't really point to one player on Forza and say, well, you can maybe pick on their spots. Like, I guess Krad sometimes, but other times he's taken over. Like, the statistical output is enormous for this team. So you're going to need everyone operating on point. You can't have any of those Achilles heels. You can't have a weak point on any of the maps. Let's talk about the maps, Alan. We've got our veto. Let's roll it. See what we got here. Anywhere you think we might get weird?
Not particularly. And having a look at it, fairly expected. Apeks pick Ancient. That's Apeks. They lose Vertigo, which is another one of their favorite maps. That's just always been FORZE's ban. Well, actually, I guess the team is completely different, so there's no reason for it to be anymore, but whatever. They've carried that on from previous iterations. Overpass from FORZE, I guess that makes sense. Good map for them. Not necessarily the nicest for Apeks, and ending up on Anubis. So I don't think any massive surprises. I think the most intriguing thing for me in this one is Apeks on Overpass, which has been a problem at times. I'd like to see them have, put some work in and shore up their map pool on that front. I'm really interested to see what Overpass they play today.
Yeah, it feels like one that should play for their strengths, but just hasn't, right? You want to focus on the op, Overpass, a great map for that. You want to, I don't know. It is interesting. We'll see what they can do against a dangerous Forza team on it, but the veto shakes out decently. That's just going to be the real rub point, and it's going to give us a sense of how this series is going to go, right? I think the tone's going to be set very early on in map number one. What we're expecting looking at this veto is sort of a 1-1 trade and then a decider, but if you can set that tone, if you can come out the gate swinging on Overpass, Apeks could make quick work of this before we know it.
Yeah, just doing a quick check actually, especially for the third map, because I just don't feel like I've seen that much Anubis from them recently. That is Apeks, and they lost pretty handily to 3D Max so a couple of days ago. So could be interesting if we go that far. But I think you're leaning the same way, that especially since Nork recommitted, especially considering how well they played at Eliza, this Apeks team should be a cut above they have a lot of advantages in this matchup, and this is still a new FORZE team with a new endgame leader. There's a lot of reasons why Apeks should win this match.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're just looking at overall achievement, overall performance, Apeks is the team that you would have tabbed in. There's something about that firepower, man. There's something about that X factor for FORZE that, especially in these online competitions, it is just tough to count them out of any individual map. You know, if you have a map where Result takes over, where Tanier takes over, it just could be a 2-0 over before you know it. We'll find out who's going to be activated when we come back from this break.
Nothing but the fading light.
And we are live into the action here between Apeks and FORZE. This lower bracket final. We've hit the top 4. Time to narrow that down to 3. Starts out on overpass. And it looks like it's starting with a B take into an empty site. They're going for retake setup. But FORZE are stalling out. So, Alan, I got to tell you about this piss around I watched yesterday. This was in North America, by the way. I was blown away.
That's already, you know, setting a good stage. Tell me.
No, it was brilliant. So this was coming through from Boss.
There's a stop.
What they...
Okay, yes, carry on. We've definitely got a few minutes.
We got a few minutes. So they set up for a B play early on. And what they did is they had 3 players tight to the monster tunnel, like hidden, right? And then they had a 4th player swinging the monster tunnel with a USP as if he was the lone lurk. Meanwhile, they had their lurk on the other side of the map working his way up long. So when the player who was back of the monster tunnel just trying to fight with the USP got dropped, and then contact was made from long, the defending team thought it was a full bite on a, you know, the initial fake, and then a full bite on A, rotated up, 3 players rocked out monster tunnel, and it worked out beautifully.
You said USP, I think you meant P250.
Or a Glock. I think it was just a Glock, to be honest. I don't know what it was, to be honest.
Let's get it to T side, 3 players to the right side of monster, 1 guy facing.
Basically 3 players tucked hidden, 1 guy facing.
We as Endpoint played against that very similar pistol once, and it absolutely ruined us. I can't remember who it was. Can I remember who it was? No, I can't. But I think it might have even been in a scrim, but I seem to remember, you know, you just sort of sat there, you're making a call, it's like 1 fighting monster, not rushing, and then next second there's like 4 players running at a monster at you. It is a little bit scary. Spooky.
I was impressed when I saw it last night. I don't think I'd seen it before, which is interesting. You know, it's not like Overpass has changed a whole lot. So I've watched a bazillion hours of Overpass. Don't expect to see new things.
It's rare. It's like a T-side bait, which you can't normally do. You wouldn't normally be able to creep up so close, but I guess Monster's different. You get it all the way up to the edge without being spotted. Okay, well, I think we're going again. And the only question I have is, are both teams going to run the same pistol or not?
I mean, they didn't get seen, so why not?
Yeah, but Apeks know it wasn't connect. You know what I mean? Like, they know it wasn't A or connector, so.
You're right. They are stacking in towards B. They've got the read this time, so maybe a little bit of a fortunate break there for Apeks that it wasn't a live round. Choppy, not able to get the first one. Kicksun drops him down. No bullets connected, but out monster they go into the fray, and Result is finding results. This player was short to deal with. Jacob from Graffiti, and Jacob will make his mark. It all falls to Result. Would need the ace, and it's not going to happen. So Apeks maybe getting a little extra information here.
Well, I'll take that. Clean stuff. No plant, and Gukushima immediately buys. Okay. I assume the team's going to come in behind him. Or not. Okay, he's going to play the first gun round on a scout then. He's going to buy another scout. Assuming they lose this round. That is... Interesting. Well, he needs to do some damage to justify it, I guess. There you go.
All right.
Paid for itself already, practically. And then some.
And then some. Knock actually could get pinched here pretty badly. His teammate's playing all the way back on sign, right? So Knock is very much on an island. Now he's getting a little bit of support as the push into short comes. So it's lots going to be about timing here. Sausanito goes for the peak. but they're not showing anything. There's the look. They wanted the scout to make first contact. Now the rifle can get in action. If they had an HE, this would just be over, but the only HE is back on A. And FORZE back away. Losing crowd in the process here in party. 50 seconds, Jacob.
Yeah, he's high HP. I think he's got him. Timing is perfect. 2 down. Shalfie tagged. And this round is all she wrote. The scout got the tags. Couldn't finish it off with the pistols on those other players. Was winner plays? Is it? Must be Sinners, right? Waiting in the console. No. Yes, the consolidation final. And then winner of that gets the Central Pro League spots. So still some work to do for both of these teams.
Alright, Gokushima. Got the up out early. Here's a result as well. Alright, short aggression punish. Nothing doing there. Sassanito and Jacob shut down. Now pressure on for Apeks in this first gun round. A little bit of the bonus, but far from a comfortable one.
I feel like they should just full stack a sight. Yeah, I think that's the call. Problem is, if you lose anything more, reinvesting becomes a problem. I know Nork and Jacob have money, but Sense and Kakanito, especially if Sense goes down, they'll need some drops. What have we got then? Retake setup, just the boost. Kixan ahead of his teammate. She falls off at just the wrong time, gives away the info. Might be a kill for Nork. But surely they spotted Kixan, did they not? Yes, they did. He goes down. And Apeks definitely need to save these rifles. Well, you take those.
You take those.
They just got
Very
ran
so.
into. They were just sat outside a monster with numbers, sat outside of Connector and B, and players ran right into the crosshairs.
Nothing wrong with that, as far as they're concerned. Doesn't mean we're gonna have game on our hands early on here. A little bit of back and forth affair. 2 saved guns. See what the decision is for Apeks. It's a pretty good buy.
Yeah, they have to. They haven't got the loss bonus to save again. But it should be no AWP unless JChem is feeling especially spicy. That would be very unlikely. Okay, there we go. Rifle for him.
I mean, Nock's fine on the rifles, right? You don't really need to take that risk. I haven't seen the pressure to require the options yet.
There we go.
Deegan.
He's taking his time. Sort out the buy. But he's in now.
They went for aggression in the last round. Didn't work out. This round limited in the weaponry. Might they do the same? Like a boost's being assembled here. Yep, on top of the boxes with Sassanito. Smoke to obscure his vision.
Ooh.
If X-rays could speak, I think Sassanito might have seen the player pop up on his mini-map.
I think he did. That smoke's a little bit deep out from result. But no harm, no foul. As this A default comes through. Numbers towards long. There's nobody here to greet them. Of course, we know also that no AWP on Nork. So much harder to mount some sort of defense for this particular portion of the map. You can see Apeks already committed essentially to the site proper. Jacob could smoke divider and they re-aggress toilets soon. And look at FORZE. They're definitely coming A. 5 here. Long prong now activating. Only a matter of time.
The swing back around is bold. Knock unpunished for it. Smoke goes up. That'll slow things. I thought that was a smoke. Maybe a Molotov through. 30 seconds.
It was a smoke. It was a smoke, just delayed on the HUD.
FORZE has no pressure on the other side, so they can't rotate back off. But Knock, what's he doing? Out no man's land. Oh no. That's really unfortunate. Jacob gonna go down as well. Knock, just a bit of a blunder. Bomb now down. They need no extra time. This one should be over. It's looking like a save. That Knock clearly got caught off on the timing of where players were, but I'm not quite sure what the idea was.
Slightly bizarre stuff, isn't it? Because FORZE was so telegraphed, and they couldn't readjust because they had 5A. That's why they had to commit. And I don't know. It's one of those rounds where you have to ask Apeks at one point, like, well, what do you expect? You had smokes, stairs, and bank. You hadn't seen anything B. You knew there were players on A.
Yeah.
There's not really any excuses for being caught out on timings, are there? Because that was the most likely thing to happen. Fine shooting though from Tanir. Got to give him some credit. Of course, Apeks leave the door open, but it's Tanir to slam their fingers in that door. He did not miss anything because he ran onto that site.
He is the player, I think, who we know the least about when they started to assemble this. Even Gokushima, we had sort of heard the name. But Tanir, to me, has been impressive every time we've watched him, right? I mean, I'm trying to remember when we last watched this roster. I know we were just kept saying his name.
Is he in the Atlanta qualifier?
Probably.
They were definitely in one. It might be the Yon shipping. Okay.
There's a catch.
This time. Yeah.
All right. Same boost. Better results, and you got your short control. Here we go. Limited round, but you get both rifles activated early. Now you've put FORZE on the back foot. Now you've got the ability to shift towards either site. They're going to stack A, which is interesting here, right? Leave the one player just for a little bit of a retake. You got the pistol, so you want to maximize them, and Jacob will do exactly that. Swinging on in. It's falling apart. What's happening for FORZE? They've just face planted in this one. And Krat is all that remains, and he's just getting rid of guns.
Yeah. Wow, that's a statement, isn't it? He knows this is impossible. He's surrounded. Kakanito's going to swing. Duel at the distance, and Jacob's in behind. It's a fine shot from Krad, but I mean, as you said, just a collapse. They knew guns. Some guns were saved, so there isn't an excuse there for FORZE being caught off guard. Just unaware of the boost as a possibility, and from there, Apeks just capitalized. Perfect for them. Is there a missed smoke? There's a. You saw that smoke from spawn at the start. I don't know where it's landing. The mini map is a little bit off.
Door here, but it does look like it's missed. But also, we've had issues with the HUD with utility since the swap. So yeah, it has to have been missed. It has to have been missed. It's Molly's usually that show in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been a toilet smoke, but I doubt it. Didn't look right. Interesting. Either way, no matter what the aims of that util was, Mike, they've got none left. They've got no smoke to execute a site. If they go B, there's no heaven smoke. A will not be much easier because Nork is AWPing that site.
He's just gonna have to have some.
They need to be perfect. They can't make any mistakes.
They haven't really gained that much for the smokes that they've thrown either. We had 3 smokes come out from the T side. They've got kind of front bath control. They're just taking it now, not while their smokes were up.
Xiaofi's found one on the ground, so somebody must have dropped one in spawn. Interesting. That is good news, and he needs to make very good use of that.
You're gonna have Tanir make contact here on B. Spots the player that might pull rotations. Does it drag another player down? It does indeed. There's one in heaven, actually 2 off the site. Uh-oh. Apeks bit These late fakes, these late executes are causing all sorts of trouble for Apeks. Kixan manages to find that gap, but he's quickly traded upon. And while they've lost Tenier on the flank, now it's a 3-on-3. So that lack of utility is no longer going to be an issue. There's no utility for either side. It's all about the guns. And Apeks don't fancy this. Apeks aren't going to give it a look.
I don't blame them, Mike. Think about it. It's planted default. They know Gokushima's AWPing. You're all on the B site side. You can't flank. It's too late. There's just no way to kill Gokushima, is there? He's just going to hold the bomb with the AWP, and it's impossible. So it might look a little bit silly, but Apeks are ensuring a buy in the next. And yeah, it was the over-rotation to the fake that won that round. They were just out of position by the time the hit came.
I can understand why they're biting on these, right? FORZE are leaving themselves no margin for error. There were 12 seconds on the clock when they were rocking into the A site there. But they're going to teach Apeks real quickly. They can't trust any late information. I mean, that's wild. Tenier, it's important that Tenier stays alive there. He doesn't get the kill in the barrels player, but just surviving means that they have to consider the possibility that there's more players behind him.
He also delays the retake by maybe not super long, but 4 or 5
enough.
seconds. And that might have been enough to just dissuade them completely. So. It's a risky style from FORZE. I'll be very intrigued if they keep up these very late round hits. This time, Tenier not so lucky. He's caught out in the open.
Yeah, a bit of an odd one there. Didn't expect the close player. Different look here for Monster. He's tried this a couple times, so they punish him this. Oh, aggression short. Good flashbang. 1 for 1. Still all right, because it's confirmation. FORZE down a man. With only connector in terms of map control to speak of. With the bomb drop back here, it seems like they are going to mass for the B play. Ooh, audio cue from Shalfie.
Yeah, that's enough. Look, Nork's moving. Jakem's already advanced. Apeks going to be free on B by the time this hit comes in.
There is time. They've got utility. That splash might have just ruined their chances here. Oh, he's repositioning. Crad gets the kill. And a second. Crad might have just done enough. But it leaves it just to 1. Gokushima should be able to get this plant down. He's trying to bait Knock into a peek. And buying that time might have actually caused bigger problems. Jacob coming around on the flank. Gokushima's got some utility to work with, and he's going to slip the gap. This is huge. Knew he couldn't stay. Be a death sentence if he's stuck around on site. So instead, he's going to make the play here. Jacob crossing. So important. Has the smoke for it. He's actually passed, baiting out the shot. That's huge. Now Knock holding the angle, holding the corner. Gokushima knows he has to make the move. Burst firing the Glock. Can't even find Jacob. Oh, the no-scope. Oh, so many opportunities. But it's the blade of Knock to put him down.
That was wild. Absolutely wild at the end. I can't believe he even gets near Jacob.
I think it's enough.
Yeah, I think he probably would have won it. Nork is going to be kicking himself because Nork got a leg or some sort of tag off onto Gokushima. He just needed a pistol shot to end it. Wow. That was wild. There was so many small parts to that round. Nork is going to be livid because he was the half a second repositioning was the exact moment those players ran out of short. That would have been game over if they'd ran out into his AWP scope. Either side of that reposition. So fortuitous timing from FORZE, but not quite enough. And they're forced to take a step back on the eco. Look at this, half buy. Crad's got a hero. AK, but elsewhere, just the pistols. Oh, a Mac 10 on Shelfie. Always scares me when people don't have head armor on these sort of rounds. JKM or Kixan get in one bad duel against a Shalfie swinging wide on a Mac 10. That
With
is
the techies.
fearsome.
One tapper on the headshot. It's responsibility on Knock here. Jacob's going looking. What's he going to find? I think he just heard a player drop. Got confirmation that this player's here. They stack up, and now Jacob and Knock, that duo, well, they found a trio of kills. Jacob will be found at least, but this should be over. The armor is gone. There are no more armored players, and FORZE, are they just going to save the rifles?
They actually could, couldn't they?
Yeah.
It's an option. Maybe they'll stick around to see if one of these CTs overfaces. For now, what are we doing? We're boosting Fukushima. Wants a duel. He might have been spotted there by Kixan. I guess
so.
not, given that these B players are staying put. So, gonna scale up. Pray for a good duel. That's nice damage, but no frag, unfortunately.
Should be over now. Tanier, just a matter of time. I respect going for it. Even just if you get one more kill, the economic damage onto the CT side's punishing. But you are going to have an issue. Shalfie's going to be on a Mac 10, presumably again, something along those lines.
Fukushima almost caught JChem there, you know. Fukushima was late in from by the fountain. Almost caught JChem. That could have got very scary very fast if JChem is dropped. Alrighty. Pause out from FORZE. It feels necessary, doesn't it? Because they just haven't got their teeth into the last few rounds. Granted, they've gone close, but I think that's more the individuals late round making it intriguing rather than necessarily a strategic outplay. They've had their moments in this half. Let's see what style Mr. Shalfie wants to employ this time. Has to be said that you've got to imagine that Fierce, the team's coach, probably more than anybody, she's shaping this team strategically, I would have thought. Jerry made quite a lot of interviews at the start of this year and going into this year about how Fierce was adding a lot strategically, adding a lot of depth and strength in fundamentals and helping Jerry even then learn more as an in-game leader. So I guess we're looking at Fierce to do a lot of the heavy lifting and getting this team ready to go.
Result. Not going to get anything going here. Sassanito just locked into the monster tunnel. Whatever they were hoping for out of this round, it's a non-starter. Apeks looking at another clean round. Just left to go Kushima, who has to ponder what he even wants to do here. 1v5, no hope, no chance. Ballman is built at a minimum, but he's got a full body, he's got full util. He could try and save for a minute, but his teammates won't be along with him. This one's gone from a scrappy affair to looking very solidly good for Apeks.
Yeah, and even JChem might be ensuring there's no save. Given the big flank and a great hold from Apeks, it was a attempted monster pop from FORZE and perfect cannonades. Kakanita, right place at the right time, just goes to town. And it has to be said, the star players on Apeks have hit the ground running in this series. That machine is working just as intended right now.
Absolutely. Your veterans delivering. Sassanito, the firepower. Sense contributing, but not required to step up above and beyond. This is what you want. This is absolutely what you want. I am curious. Would love to hear, you know, what they're thinking about Sense, right? Because obviously he did step into one of those difficult roles with Stiko out, where it's more about the less tangible things that he's bringing to a roster than the FORZE. Setting up teammates, taking space, holding on. Curious about it.
Yeah.
Timing that works out.
It's always hard with players like Sense because, I mean, take an example. Drop. For a long period on Furia, at least internationally, maybe not in Brazil, was getting a lot of criticism because statistically he wasn't there with the rest of his team. But he stuck it out for so long. He looks good on MIBR now. And you can just... Sometimes players... It's going to sound really stupid, Mike. Sometimes players are just good. Like, you just know they're good players. I've coached examples of theirs. They might not always have the best numbers, but they're just good players. They are fundamentally strong. And especially if they're willing to take some more of the less desirable roles. What's having some fun. That adds value. Not everybody can be a star. Not everybody can be, you know, a huge vocal component trying to lead the team. Sometimes you do need somebody that is willing to fill the gaps, to be the glue, essentially.
Kind of player who's a lot better in a team than on a stat sheet.
You can tell who they are because there's never a bad word about them, and they very rarely get removed.
True.
Stiko at times probably was one of those players. Stiko,
I think there was a Maui tweet at one point which was sort of accurate, which is like, Stiko is an amazing player to have on a championship team, but only if he's your 5th best player.
probably fair enough.
Was I think the line, which kind of makes sense.
You get some leeway on Apeks because Kicksan is a good player. And he is capable of playing some strong roles too if he needs to. So versus other outfits, you have got scope. But we'll see in the long term. I think Sense has been perfectly fine, but this is a sport. And you do have to defend your position at the end of the day. There's a lot of people that want to be on this Apeks team, so there's never a chance to relax and sit back.
Not coming back in time, but Jacob's lost. So this is one of the better starts we've had for Forza. It's taken them a minute 10 to find it, but they've got it. 1-for-1 exchange. They've got some space. Nock wants to take that space back. Question is he ready for result? Got a teammate coming up top con. Everybody's here. They've seen nothing towards B, so Apeks are really tightening up here. Talk about telegraphed. Apeks have learned their lessons this time. Here comes the hit. Here comes the move. Here comes Kicksan shutting it down. And it all falls to Kokushima. A 1v2, but never ready for Nock. And it's over. We got one more round before we go to the half, and it's looking like it's all Apeks now. This is the 5th round in a row strung together.
They're just playing so well off the back of each other. As we said, the machine is functioning so well, and more tangibly, they're just communicating so well. They're all on the same page. The reactions are getting really fast now, and we said it earlier in the half. Forza playing a lot of rounds where we're just grouping up early, and it does feel like Apeks, maybe getting better information, maybe getting a read that is Forza, are consistently having the numbers in the right place. I've seen it enough times now that it can't be a mistake, it can't be a fluke. Apeks are calling great Counter-Strike.
Swing on out from Kicksan. Kicksan, big kill. Needs to stay alive, can't do so. Still found one. Might make this retake possible. Forza, we're gonna get the spawn plan, but they got to cross the op. They've got to cross the op, and they've got no smoke. That's the problem now.
They could plant pillar, but I don't think they know it, Mike. I think they will cross to default.
Oh, Nock pulls off. He could have locked this round down. He could have been that guy. Instead, now Jacob's lost. Nock realizes. So wary of them slipping under the gap, wrapping on top of him. Got the first, got the Molotov as well. This could be huge. Forces Gokushima out. No, it doesn't spread in time. Gokushima will sacrifice himself to set up the 1v1. Set up the clutch for his captain. Nock's gotten down. He hasn't seen Shalfie. That's the most important part. Doesn't know where Shalfie is. Making a ton of noise on this one. Shalfie just trusting the element of surprise. There's going to be the tap. Nock has no idea. Flanked out, knife down. A little bit of flare there on the end to find a 4th for Forza and send us to the break. We're back into things. Got a little bit of time before the round goes live, but for FORZE, success has been a few and far between. They ended with a nice little stab out from Shalfie, so maybe a little bit of a morale raiser in the camp, but they need their young guns to get activated. We were praising Tinier. He's not done much. Result, not a little bit more, but not sustained. It's been tough for FORZE, and Apeks really ran away with that first half.
Nog was a monster. An absolute animal. And as you're saying, FORZE, especially where they are right now as a team, they have to have the individuals in good shape. It's their best route into these sort of series. And unfortunately for them, just sitting in this pistol round, been a little bit inconsistent. Those were some nice frags in the mix, but overall, leaning the way of Apeks, now have numbers towards A, and Crad in Connector is the only player nearby. This is about to get very exciting.
It is indeed. Result. Can you do? Found the first. The second. Oh, he's got it. Last bullet in the gun, and Result may have just won this round. Bomb drop, knock. A minute to try and recover this in the 1v2, but it's basically just a brawl. Chance of playing is a far off thing, and he's now been spotted. They know where he's coming from. He's tagged up, down to just 28 points of health. See the Result or Crad, the insurance factor. Nox got a good idea of this crossfire, but knowing and solving, those are different things. Result coming alive, called out the young stars. He pops off.
Brutal. The second fight is extended, but an important kill nonetheless. I think it was Result also that collected the lone B player for Apeks earlier on. He grabs the info, he gets the flank off, so goes beyond just the raw frags. And that is an important pistol to keep FORZE in Overpass. Of course, it's their map pick. We expect good things out of Apeks on, I believe it's Ancient, their map pick, map number 2. So staying in this map is very important. That, though, okay, another Soul Scout buy, and it's paid dividends.
Shalfie. It's a nice find back the other way. Crud could get some really interesting timing here. Oh boy, they came back to check just to see if there was a push coming in, but Crud was patient. He's got the imp on the end of his line, and he's waiting. He's patient. He's under control. Now Crowd activates. It's just one player in the corner. Sastanito with a Glock, and no chance.
So Nork was the top of the ladder, right, in T Connector. He almost would have seen the flank there. I'm telling you, 1 second earlier, you would have seen him. Oh.
It's a game of inches and seconds, man. Sometimes that's all you need.
A lot of flanks this game. I don't know what's going on, but everybody seems to be pushing. Everyone is feeling that urge.
Keeps things spicy.
Alrighty. Guns are out for Apeks. Standard defaults here as Crad is going to do Crad things. Crad has been doing this for half a decade. Aggressive on A. Name a more iconic duo.
He's going to phase the smoke. Wait on the fade. Nox wise to it. Spam coming back the other way. Crad thinks, okay, he knows. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. But Kickson takes damage elsewhere. There's the opening blood. Nearly cost Jacob his life. But he's got the kill, and now Sense following it up. Look at the health remaining, though. All these T's. The first one's collected. Sense was hoping he'd just be able to gain the space, but Yokoshima has a chance to mow down quite a lot. He's going to fade the smoke. Okay. Okay. That would have been insanity. Thought he was going to go through it. Would have been utter madness. Instead, there's players coming over. So Sanito drops down off that boost. Now Gokushima knows. Now Gokushima knows, and he goes through the smoke?
He got a flash. He did get a flash, but it wasn't a good one. That was wild.
Yeah. All right. All right. Trying to make the bold play. May have just fumbled the round.
Yeah,
no one's on B. There's no defense here.
They've got to save. Guys, we do need to take the bomb to the site. Somebody needs to grab
eventually.
that.
Oh, I don't know, man. Retake might be back on here. I don't know if they know. They should know how low Jacob is. He got dinked. This has got to be a tempting one, but the positioning's awful, so not going to happen.
What a bizarre round.
Right? It's the through smoke. Oh, I hear a drop. That means there's 2 players here. I'm going through. I guess if the flash lands, it might have been perfect. But the flash gets caught.
But you
by
can
the smoke
imagine
and
it was
doesn't
almost certainly Gukashima's call. I doubt it was the person flashing. So, you know, you gotta feel bad for the guy flashing. It's like you're being shouted at to throw a flash. I've got to. I haven't got any time to line up a good one. And yeah, that's what happens. See where the money is. Yeah,
Weird.
On the brink. It's actually it's a much better buy from FORZE than I expected. I thought there'd be a couple, at least FAMAS's, MP9s in the mix, but they have managed to muster rifles. That is good. Yeah, I know.
But perhaps if Fukushima wants to push smokes, that's okay, eh?
Let's see.
Result, first blood. Aggression into short. He's going to get the sec as well as they try and trade it. Crowd would have been there if Result hadn't. The 1A player is down. But it's still a man advantage.
Crad just going to push. He is.
Crad doing Crad things. He's gotten himself into an incredible spot here.
Oh.
And he could catch Sassanito off guard. Sassanito's doing his diligence.
He's never clearing
looks
right,
this way.
surely.
Well, unless he's used to Crad.
Timing.
Well, he cleared right.
Oh my lord, that's a disaster.
He knows. He got the scouting report. He knows who he's up against.
It's also the whole information for the CD side is just gone. If Apeks pump the brakes a tiny bit as they are, they're playing the sites. They thought they had the ultimate flank. FORZE have no idea where these Apeks players are.
To be fair, Apeks doesn't know where they are either. The bomb's just now crossing Fountain. They have a player towards either side, but their options are very much open. Now it seems like the lean's going to be A, and it's the correct read. Oh, Shalfie just missing Sassanito there. Now he knows. And he's got the kill. What a recovery from Shalfie. Players streaming in, but Shalfie just sticking in the flames. He's done it. What a commitment. What a play. There's no time. Kicks and knows. He's got to get this bomb down. 4 seconds. Oh, he baits it, and it's over. It's over. Timer gets the best of him. Tanir just has to stay alive.
That was explosive. Wow. Of course, the sole player faking B is enough to hold 2 players. It was just Shalfie. I thought he was dead when that jump spot was so unlucky. Did not see the head of Kakanito. I thought he was a dead man. But what a hold. And he buys time. A burns the clock, but also allows those rotations. And I'm not surprised to see a pause in from Apeks, because their money is in a very precarious position. Kicksan's got no nades. This FORZE team is hard to put away. They just stay in rounds and they stay in games.
Tenacious. Like a tick that's dug in. But Apeks, let's see if they got the tweezers in this one.
Problem FORZE has got, they lose 1 round. Look at the money in reserve. No loss bonus either. That is going to spell some bad news. They have to win this round.
Crowd unsurprisingly facing early, but this time he won't go walkabout. He's pushed back. This is an interesting lean from FORZE. Heavy towards the monster side of things. Just a CT smoke up on short.
Well, they're guessing
Very
right at the
early
moment.
on.
They've got the numbers here. As long as they dodged at the entry flashes, they should be in good shape.
Oh, about the timing. First one found, but the trade is there. Knock lost. And Apeks are rerouting off of that, so they've been rebuffed for the moment. The trouble is, if they want to rotate up, they got to spend a lot of time doing it. They've got no info here.
Yeah, I think they got away with that. You know, they showed so much presence there on B, and neither of the A players from FORZE reacted and started pushing. So, this real estate, they will have to burn time clearing it. Wow. Kicksan's got a massive... I mean, he doesn't know it, but he's got a colossal gap if he pushes up toilets right now.
Now crowd's coming back up, but it does mean that they've gained just so much real estate in the meantime. And I mean, Gokushima has a scout. They're going to hear this player rotating up. That's going to embolden them to take the space. You're not exactly terrified of a scout out towards long. And crowd, I don't even know if he realizes there's a player truck right now. They don't even need to reveal it. They don't even need to reveal it. Good luck on this, Gokushima.
Wow.
Your teammates are dropping thick and fast, and the bomb is down. All right. Whew. Shut me up real quick. Still, the flank is here. Sasanito should have this every day of the week.
Yeah, and Tinea also was committed to the save, so... Well, that was
He's been whisper quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, it was actually... I'm going to make a massive thing about it, but I saw his stats before the game aren't quite as good as you'd expect, given some of his individual maps. So I think it's safe to say that, you know, skilled player, but diamond in the rough at the moment. Still some work to do, which is, you know, exactly what you'd expect. Someone of his experience, so... but what if the Tsar round? I wonder, because FORZE see all that presence on B, but the reaction is so late. It's 20 seconds too late. They have the player rotating off. They leave the player aggressive on long. They should have been doing that 20 seconds before. Yeah, and the timing is just perfect for Kixan. So a little bit bizarre. And maybe FORZE are showing that there are some gaps. Look what that has done to the economy. Oh my lord. Just Xiaofi on a rifle. This is scary times for a FORZE fan.
Dude, Result getting frisky, Result! Putting a little bit more faith in rifle now found as well. Deep short control. What? Jacobs just walked out and he can't win the fight! He can't zero in it. He gained all that space for nothing. That's a disaster now. That's an absolute disaster. Apeks, this should have been the death blow. This should have been the backbreaker.
This was practically map. This was... The next round would have been a full eco.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not done yet, but... Regardless of weaponry, big advantage. Guns scooped up. Two players now probing A. Look at the bomb on Kixan. Is he really going to wait out? And are they going to run a fake?
I guess. A probe here? Sense should be dead from the long player. Just to his left, even if he gets grad, which he doesn't. Eesh, this just goes from bad to worse for Apeks. It feels like they're just doing things themselves now.
What was the plan? Was it really to two-man fake A and then walk the bomb out monster? I mean... FORZE have 5 players. They were not going to leave the B bomb site for free. Guess it was kind of pick your poison in their situation, but... What a round. That has completely changed the face of perhaps this series. Should have been Apeks in touching distance of winning their opponent's pick, but now it's them in economic problems. Their money's going to be so out of balance. Assuming they can save these guns, and Gokushima is not going to push. Result is having a map, man. He is... that 157 kill he just got is definitely the highest impact kill of the map. That is massive.
Investment will come through from Apeks around those 2 saved guns. It's okay. It's okay. But the chance to close the gap is now here for FORZE. They have been given a blessing. Not two ways about that. Ooh, a little bit of a commitment here. Spam from Jacob is lethal. CS2, baby. Walls are paper. Krad's at least able to stay alive, get a kill, and back off. But that was just the Tech 9 lost on Sense. That's a great start for Apeks.
Brakes are pumped. Nobody spotted as that smoke is wiped. What does Apeks choose to do? So they're rooting back for the bomber at the moment. I guess the intent is A, given that their B presence is seeded. Look at FORZE though. Double monster. It's a flash over short to get all the harder to read. Fukushima goes poking for info, gets a kill. Combine that with the monster push, and FORZE should know what's up.
Krad's back in the spot.
Why is Fukushima pushing?
This time it's Jacob. Fukushima just can't help himself. He's always tempted in by these. Oh, he's not getting cleared. Krad's not getting cleared. No, he is indeed. Jacob spots it just in the nick of time. Shalfie gets one, but eliminated. And at this point, a clutch required of Tenier with an MP9. This would be a hell of a time to come alive for Tenier. It's been a tough map for him. He can at least get his hands on a rifle to try this, but coming out the smoke, that's not going to be the ticket. He's down low, eliminated, exterminated, and Apeks right back on track. Just a speed bump, just a blip on the radar that they've now overcome. Back in position to close this game.
That was hard to watch as Fukushima pushed. It's just frustrating because it's like, FORZE, you've got to recognize how good your position is. You've got all the info. Yeah, Apeks would need to have done something incredible to you know, get back out Monster and actually, you know, somehow find a gap in that information chain. But yeah, not enough restraint from this young man, unfortunately. Maybe redeeming himself a bit here with that entry, but Apeks still creeping closer, and that's all that really matters in the end. This is a wild call. FORZE 4A. It's looking right at the moment.
I got the read, but whoa, with that, it might just come tumbling down. It's a house of cards, right? The long presence is gone. Look at this. They're pushing down in towards Khan, trying to hold on to this space and then battle back up. But it's all going to be about the timing. Molotov sections off the players. It's just Krad, and he's spotted. Sense a nifty bit of movement. Taking command here. The double kill out towards long might just have sealed the deal on map point for Apeks here. A save has to be called for FORZE. They have no positioning, no control, no kits. Looks a little silly for Kixon. Does deliver an upgrade over at the very least. But the end result is map point on for Apeks, and it's the young Norwegian to step up and deliver it to them.
Huge entries. I mean, as we prefaced, FORZE had the right read. They had the right stack. They had an opening kill. That is a 95% round for FORZE. The way that was shaping up, and Apeks find the slimmest of gaps. They go out long, and that young man missed a sense. Big entries, 12 now for Apeks. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, it has to be said, the second half. But when it really matters, Apeks are winning these rounds despite the macro, despite the overall situation. Not always looking perfect. And now 4 chances to put FORZE massively on the back foot in this series. I don't know what you discussed in this timeout for your FORZE, because the last 2 gun rounds you have called perfectly. The overall setup has been ideal. I guess maybe Fierce tries to calm them down a bit. I'm not sure if the comms are a little bit of a mess at the moment. That might be an explanation. But it's really hard strategically to know what to change, because I firmly believe they've actually called a really good game.
It does feel that way. We've just had like these 1 or 2 moments. I like the call of the void on some of these pushes for, I mean, Gokushima in particular has had a couple of these. There's a fine line between aggressive and foolish. Tried to straddle it, but the fast play in towards B means whatever they've discussed, it's out the window right now. You're dealing with the brunt of this assault. The bomb's dropped in water. That's something. It did go forward, but man advantage. Kills on, smokes up. It should be recoverable. This plan should be A-okay. They'll even re-smoke heaven. The molly's way too deep. It means that Crad with a CZ and Gokushima are all they've got to try and keep this map in contention. It's not going to happen. Crad is given a blessing, I guess, a stay of execution, but he's just got a CZ in the corner. This is no way, no chance, no how. Desperation on a spray down there, and it's not to take both. Apeks claim their map pick, claim the first round of this. Looking good.
Absolutely. It was a great defense. The T side had a few problems for Apeks, but all in all, they were the cleaner team. They were definitely the better team in the afterplants, and it's kind of what we expect going into the series. Apeks have a lot of class, especially over the last few months since Nork has recommitted to this project. I like what I'm seeing. They look in fine form right now.
They really do. I mean, this is a team that was in the major playoffs, right? Yes, they had some changes since then, but nothing substantial. They had one player snatched away who they brought in Sassanito to replace. This team has just continued to build. It's very impressive to see, right? For an org where, yeah, maybe you can't offer the same things that others can, but you build up the system, you build up a team that players want to be a part of, and that's how you get your stars to stick around. So very exciting for Apeks, and certainly in this matchup, a chance to move forward. If they could get another Pro League spot, another Pro League stint, that helps push them into that upper echelon of teams. That helps give them the opportunity to compete, to get that ranking up, to get into those qualifiers, to get into those invites. And now they just need one map. And it's Ancient. It's a map they absolutely love, Alan.
Well, they need to beat Sinners, even if they win this matchup.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I just
there
need
is
to
a little bit of work
today.
to do, but the point stands that Apeks, the caliber of team they have been at points during this year, should be in a tournament of the scale of Pro League with a number of spots. I'm not sure how world ranking would shake out. There might be routing anyway there, but you want to get it done. You don't want to have any doubts, and certainly that map has now put them a lot closer. It's their map pick next. Ancient is a phenomenal map for them. I'm feeling very positive about Apeks. I think they stand a great chance of 2-0ing this series.
Yeah, I think you've got to. I mean, we've had some flashes of brilliance from FORZE. You're right, they called a great map, and they had some individual step-ups, mostly coming from Result, but need a whole lot more of that if we're going to get a 3-mapper here. We'll find out if they got something else in the tank after this break.
Love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
We are live on map number 2 between FORZE and Apeks. It's ancient. FORZE down, but not yet out. Still, this is a tough one. Apeks is home ground. They do love a bit of ancient, and they're taking it towards B early on.
Stack is right for FORZE. And the result, Julie's in hand. If he had a flashbang, Crad has a flashbang. But he's just going to peek on the timing, I think. Nade's streaming over, but Result can't connect. And now relying on his teammates to hold the site.
It's looking good for FORZE, though. There we go. The teammates do hold the site. Indeed, Shalfie coming up with 2 big frags. And it all goes the way of FORZE. Pist round's looking good. We've had a DC. That's over on the FORZE side, so hopefully we'll have them back in just a flash. But it's a good start, despite whatever led to that disconnect.
Shalfie as well, the player that got 2 kills, so... a little bit bizarre.
Too swift on the pistol shots. You know, it shut down his PC. Full crash.
Could be. Overloading the data frames. Oh, is he back? Yes, he is. We might need a... He lived, right? So... Might need a medic here to reset the round. Let's see. I enjoy JK on this map. This, for me, is his best map. Especially T side, he is so good at lurking mid, getting that space. Maybe not lurking, more like he's just always a presence in mid. He can be aggressive early. He can bide his time and get activated by a fake on a site and then start flanking. He is a menace when he gets going.
Some shenanigans just happened. A little round reset, something.
We should be good.
Now we're off to go. Should be fine.
Nice.
A-okay. Presumably a Glock Eco on deck here for Apeks. Haven't gotten nothing in that last round. So I'm not expecting too much of interest here.
No. As a reminder to the viewers where we are in the bracket, we're in the lower bracket at the moment. Winner of this plays Sinners tomorrow. Winner of that, A, gets the Pro League spot, and B, plays against 3D Max for the bragging rights for the actual title. That'll be on Sunday, where 3D Max also have that 1 map advantage, so they're feeling very good. I'm sure they're sat at home watching right now and loving life.
I'm sure they are. Maybe just taking a day off. The rarest thing to find in the minds of Tier 2 Counter-Strike.
Should make for a different dynamic in the final, because normally it's the sole Pro League spot, and the pressure for that spot is so big for some of these teams, and it almost should be 3D Max Unleashed. They've kind of got nothing to lose, and especially if it's Apeks, they won't be a favourite, so could be intriguing.
Spicy one. FORZE losing a casualty, losing a body, but it's all good. It's the MP9 to claim some kills, and that's money made. Money in the bank. And Jacob in the dirt.
Should have died to the nade. Give them less money.
That's the Gigabrain strat.
Yeah. You're doing the sums as you hear it bounce off the wall.
Do you remember there was a briefest of metas where players on the full Glock Ecos would actually intentionally die to like a thrown Molotov to avoid giving a kill reward?
Maybe in NA. I don't remember.
I remember a couple teams did it. This is back in the old economic system where like money was way more precious. And you wanted to avoid building up the CT economy because you could reset them.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Because it's still the case, 1 kill is still so much more. And obviously, you've got invested. What the heck is going on here?
Speaking of 1 kill, aggression from
What's just
FORZE.
happened?
Jacob is the lurk. He fought the A-main player, was flashed, but gets killed by the lurk through the smoke. Now it's a full B take. Krad's holding up strong for it. He's got reinforcements coming in, and this is his shutdown. Sassanito was just meant to control this flank, and, well, the main thrust of the attack has done nothing. Apeks blanked.
What a bizarre round. That was madness. We're going to see, yeah. We'll see it very late there. The Shalfie exploding through the smoke. Correctly predicted. He wasn't being looked at, but Crad, man. He was in so much trouble. On his lonesome, if he goes down without a frag, Apeks have so much ground. But he does his job and then some. Buys time for rotations, and look what he's done to the Apeks economy. No bomb plant. And the best they can muster is pistols and some armor. Only nades on Kixan. And they'll need to make very good use of that util. They want to weigh into this round.
Smoke up, timely smoke, and Shalfie able to corral the first. You don't want to stick around here too long. He's got support though. Tanier just behind and should be a-okay. So whatever danger in this round starting to be reduced. And Apeks trying to catch some players off guard, not getting much out of this.
Tell you what, some of these FORZE players have been looking in the mirror, haven't they, between maps 1 and 2? They ain't missing at the moment. This already feels like a very different game. The economy's going to be great as well. FORZE can keep numbers alive. Plenty of money in the bank. Kixan. In behind, swinging up. It's a good kill. Crad is super low. He might actually be better off waiting for a teammate. No. All good. 4 alive. Money in the bank. I'm watching Fukushima. On Overpass, their money was so dreadful. For most of that CT side, he barely orbed. Here, they've already got money in the bank to ensure a couple orbs. And I want to see what this man can do.
Well, didn't spot the player window. Had him in his scope, didn't realize. So that's a bit of a fortunate break there for Kixan, and Kixan's going to punish them for it. Fukushima does get his kill, tracking the tracers through the smoke. Finding Jacob. But still, I mean, that maybe should have been 2. I like the idea of the smoke popper. Just couldn't quite find it.
Problems here for Apeks, though. All the smokes invested, they double smoked Red Room. So I don't know if that was a miscom or maybe a gap on the first. They haven't got a lot of options here. Aggression out from FORZE and Nork domes. Got to be careful with the bomb, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's ripping heads. That is beautiful.
That's incredible. If he loses either of those duels, the round could just be over. But instead, might just have to do it all himself. Down to the 2v2, but they've got the pinch on towards the B site. And with Tanier committed in towards Cave, they should have an opportunity for a plant. Sense is clearing this out from the back lines. They just have to be wary of the Cave position. It's even a Molotov forward if they want to be careful.
Okay,
it's
so
not going to be an issue.
Definitely going to be a plant. Good plant for Sense as well. But a very early frank from Tanier. Let's see if we can get anything done.
The problem is, look at how far away Shalfie is. They have 2 Molotovs, which is interesting. You don't normally have that, but Tanier tries to make a move before his teammate is there, and that's a blunder. Didn't feel like they had enough time to wait. Shalfie being very passive on this means that, well, now they really don't have time. There's a kit down. That at least can be retrieved, so he doesn't need the full 10-second defuse, but no information on these positions. Out of time, out of chances, and it will just be the kill, the retrieval of the AWP, and the slip back away for Shalfie.
What a round from Nork. That B aggression was almost perfect. Yeah, an AWP on that line, if he had walked up with the bomb dropped, Apeks plays out of sorts as they're still trying to, muster up for some map control. And this last kill on Tanier from Nork was pivotal. If he loses that duel, that is game on for the 2-on-1 retake for FORZE. So Huge round from the Swedish AWPer. And, you know, I guess not just AWPer, showing himself to be versatile, all important in modern Counter-Strike.
Tanier burning. He's eliminated. Man advantage now. Positional control. And look at this. Gokushima coming back in. Has no idea that Kixon is here. Oh, no. This could be bad. On the smoke fade. Gokushima could be a dead man. And Result sticking around as well.
Stop quick.
Comes down to this timing. Gokushima, he's not backed away. Had just no idea that a player could be into that corner. And so Kixon has now opened up this A site. It's all going to be on Crad. And Sense even coming in late might catch off Result, but no. Ooh, timing. Timing has been everything in this game. Kixon finds the one. And just in the nick of time, Sasanito will check Crad, trying to get a bit cheeky there. So Apeks find their second round, and this time it's a clean sweep of the FORZE pieces off the board.
I'm seeing a lot of these style defaults. The fast off the ledge. With the smoke. I'm guessing the smoke on their own molly or something in towards Jag. I'm seeing a lot of this. A lot of it. And those double nades from the T's as well at the start. I don't know if you saw them. They did so much damage to the mid players from FORZE. But they weren't really up to a proper duel out in the open. And Kicksound punishes. So a good couple rounds for Apeks to re-establish themselves on this map when it was just starting to look a little bit scary. Money is dwindling thick and fast. If you're FORZE, Shalfie could hero, but maybe ill-advised. Maybe better just to hang on to the extra cash and ensure more AWPs to get Gokushima a bit more activated.
Hopefully we'll be done with this in just a moment. Was waiting, you know, putting a little bit of pause in this. We're putting a little bit of air in this one.
Just digging through the stats, actually, for both of these teams and their individuals. Probably by virtue of being in the lower bracket, neither of them have anybody right near the top. Hilariously, top is Donk. And
of course.
He's so far ahead, and obviously is unassailable now that he wasn't even competing in the losing matches. So, but yeah, Nork, highest rated at the moment for Apeks, and on the flip side, well, actually, it's ZNX, who played a couple games earlier in the season, but really it's Result who's getting the best for FORZE over the whole tournament.
Donk is just, he's an aberration. Dude is an absolute aberration. But we're not talking about Donk right now. We're talking about a very interesting buy from FORZE. They bought the AWP. They're just going to stack around it in this round. It's in the hands of Shalfie.
They have to save it.
Certainly.
I don't know, unusual.
This is a full gamble, I would say. As I say that, Shalfie's moving off. I was going to say it looked like it was just going to be all 5 on A. Either they come towards A, the AWP tears them up, and then the pistols can capitalize, or, well, GG go next. As it is, the AWP's looking like it could be flanked out here. Uh-oh. Put him on notice. Shalfie under threat now, gets the 1, but not the 2nd, and this is a disaster. It's a very weird push of the chips into the center of the table where you had very little to gain. And a lot to lose.
I think you're right. The plus minus doesn't add up, does it? It's And what does the AWP achieve that a rifle wouldn't if you wanted to, you know, try and I don't know, man. It doesn't add up. And now Fukushima almost certainly won't be AWPing in the next round. And I think their loss bonus isn't that good. So Shalfie might have to make some sacrifices himself as well. Here is that buy. Shalfie could body armor M4, but he'll have to be a bit light on the nades. There he goes. Must have been dropped the Molotov by a teammate. And indeed, no AWP on Fukushima, so... In fact, no kit either on the CD side, and Shalfie definitely could have bought one had he not fully invested last time around.
Five players into A main. Four, rather. 1-0 in or under the elbow. This is a straightforward play from Apeks. Sausalito catches the first, sends the next, and now it's looking very good indeed. One besieged behind the boxes on site will slip out towards the donut, but Tanir cannot escape. Tanir cannot get away, and now this is disastrous. Crowd and Fukushima, they get one kill back. Crowd with a bit of a cheeky angle, rather. Fukushima tucked in the corner, under pressure. Molotov forcing him forward. Position now revealed, but he still got the kill. How's he done this? Brought it down to a clutch. This looked like it should have been done. Instead, Sausalito right under the lip. He's got the kill. They put it on his shoulders and he delivered. The situation nearly getting out of control, but the end result is the same. Another round win. Another eco forced out from FORZE, and Apeks now primed to pull into the lead.
They're not saving guns either, are they, in these losing rounds? That time, Fukushima was in front of the Molotovs. Two Molotovs went into Temple from Apeks, but there were two... well, they didn't know a player was out in front of it, is the point. They went in behind Fukushima. That's why he was allowed all that space to play. Crad somehow kept getting fights from CT. I'm not sure what was going on there. Just spam through a smoke wall. We did have a tricky angle. But as mentioned, that has done bad things to the FORZE economy. And this round, it's like a non-starter with Shalfie and company. Okay. Remind you he's here.
Dead one way or another, but yeah, reminding us he can shoot. Why not? But they gotta get her. They gotta get it here, right? This is now such a critical investment. This is such a critical round for FORZE. So you had a good start. You had the pistol. You've had some of these good starts to halves. You need to be able to contain Apeks here.
This buy, they'll have everything. Which could help. Crad could drop that AWP. I think he has. Okay, so there is one on Fukushima. As they have a quick discussion about how they want to open these rounds. It's hard work playing against a team that isn't scared to go A like that. You saw Apeks popped. They wiped the smoke, disrespected it, and exploded in. That makes it hard to call for FORZE now. Do you leave A open, which you kind of have to do if you want to load up mid with numbers? Do you have to leave B a bit exposed? If A is a threat like it was in the last round, there is no way for FORZE to play a safe defense. There has to be a gap. You can't hold everything.
Or can you? No, you can't.
I've seen many an open team that thinks they can. They learn the hard way. Another all-in call. 4B. Apeks going to explode soon.
Jacob might be the first prong here. It's an interesting duel. Two hedged in towards A. No mid presence now. The hit comes out, and there we go. First kill on. Krad's got it. This lurk ineffective. There are trades elsewhere, and Rezal on the scene. So Apeks have been rebuffed, and they've dropped the bomb in towards the site. They have to get her done now, and Sausalito going to take the first step towards it. Flashbang out. Oh, wow. What a shot on Shalfie. You just can't outplay that. There's nothing that you could do. And so they're forced back on the defense, not holding, waiting for them to give him a look, waiting for them to try and get some information. They can wait that Molotov. They've got a minute. They just want someone to come into Nock's angle. He's missed it. Oh, my goodness. Tanier picking up the AWP and getting a critical kill. Now it's so hard for Sasanito to actually get out of the cave. He knows it. Needed that kill. Needed that frag. Should know that Gokushima's close at hand. He's actually going to give him the slip. It's not about the bomb now. It's about the clutch. If he had on his belt, he might just leave and go towards A, but that's not an option. Instead, it's a ring around the rosy. And Gokushima's wise to this maneuver. He's got the shot. He's got the clutch. FORZE will hang on.
For dear life. Look at this in the replays. Jakem's the lurker. Apeks actually guessed right going into this round. B was exposed, but those rotates were just in time. And that was on a knife edge. Huge stuff from Kakanito to try and recover that round. But not enough. Scary thing is, though, one survives for FORZE. Their money is still in an incredibly precarious position. One mistake in Apeks forced more ecos. And that would be, that'd be frightening if you're FORZE.
Ooh, oh, this time Nock will get the better of him. Kokushima dropped down to near. We'll pick up the big green. Back away.
I like the adaptation from FORZE. Different look. Just Apeks one step ahead. Nork has played too much professional level Ancient. And is ready and waiting. Perfect.
Shelby's in a tough spot here. Right, if the smoke goes out, there's very little he can do to prevent mid control from being taken. Based on the massing of players, it's either going to be A main or it's going to be mid, and main is the answer.
They need info, the CT side. It looks like Crad is going to maybe push B. No, he's just jiggling on the smoke. They are very spread, this CT side, and Tanier has to do work as these players come out of A main.
At least he's got mid to phase back into. It's ideally he hits one shot here and he's out. Oh, sticking around. This is bold now. Can't make the mistake. Can't give up your life. Got a teammate to fight with. But Rezal gets caught. They're so quick in towards Temple. He was not prepared for that pace. There's a smoke here. They can just section them off. The nade is effective. And Nock gets on the angle as a result of that HE. Sasanito lost elsewhere on the map. Actually, with him, I think the one smoke gone, so planting gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Nock can't miss this. He does, but the bomb goes down and Kicksun doesn't, so it's all on Crad. There's only one round left to play for. The money's gonna be putrid for FORZE. It might be worth keeping this gun alive.
I'm devastated. Almost drops the bomb planter. No cigar. Apeks are playing such good Counter-Strike. They are so composed. And you can see the way there, they pump the brakes. Did you see Jakem? The realization that I need to take Temple. And he just sprints in there and domes. It is relentless. And
that's what we saw in Overpass as well, right? Is, you know, there was some moment before this just set up right. Set up, have the read, have the play, have the rotation. But someone from Apeks steps up. Finds what they need to break the system. Break the set. This time it's Jacob.
I think it's more like the individuals knowing when they need to take initiative. Because Jacob doesn't have time there to think. He just has to go. And you'll be amazed how many gaps there are in professional Counter-Strike that never get capitalized upon because people are too reserved. Spend too much time overanalyzing situations when it needs to be muscle memory, and that is a virtue when you have the experience of someone like JKM.
Oh, that is a lethal kill from Kixon. Just timing. They had just checked the position. They'd had eyes on 2 sets of them. And in the moment they both look away, they get caught. Whoa, that's a break for Result. Should have been a dead man. Sassanito with a rare mistake. Still a man advantage.
Still though, it was so much B pressure that Tania started pushing A. And Nork was just on the angle yet again. So many routes for Apeks to win these rounds. The result was 18 HP. He's got 4 players enclosing him right now. I think he was rightly backing off there, but players exploding through the smoke. Very decisive from Apeks. And it's last round. There's no saving this time.
He's got the first. And with it, the chances at this, they're about over. Smoke up. Schalfie's gonna have to face through this. It's just the only option to him. He knows it's hopeless. But what do? You gotta go. Can't wait to smoke. This is waving the white flag. But wave it, he will. Out of time. Out of chances. But up on KD. Well, we'll go to the half with the 7th round on for Apeks. Let's get ready for the second.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
we're back. And FORZE need to get back into this action. Reminder, they won the pistol. They had a good start to this map. And it did not go much of anywhere.
Four
rounds.
Julies. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. Let's get weird. Oh, they've completely overlooked Kixon. Only gets one. Actually, neither. There's all the one USP of sense. But why not? Tenier tag low. Now you'll have 3 dually armor buys to retake. This could get spicy. This could be fun. Dooley's trying to rain out. Just a hail of bullets every which direction and players in towards Donut. I feel like that's a decent fight for the Doolies. They're probably pretty happy with the way this one's turned out. No kit though. So better get moving. And, well, Tenier hanging on for the moment. Gonna be time to get someone on the defuse. Jacob trying to force them into a Zangle. Eventually finds. Takes about 10 more bullets than you would have expected. But the round does come through for Apeks.
Like, I guess it worked. But I don't think it works because of the Julies. I think it worked because Sense got those 2 kills in from CT. So we'd enjoy it either way. But I'm not really sure that was the plan for Apeks. Let's put it in those respects. Either way, that is pistol. 8 for them, but it was a plant for FORZE. What have we got? 4 Galils. Result hasn't bought head armor. Now he has. Nice. More like it. And the CTs have double smoked mid? Or is that a HUD bug? I don't know. Who knows?
It looks like a dropped smoke.
Yeah,
but there wouldn't be a
who knows
dropped
what's
smoke
going on
there. Yeah, let's not. We won't worry about it. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Uto coming over. Nox in position to deny this. There's a player here last round as well. So surely they're looking for it this time. They're spamming for it. And okay, yeah, fool me once. You can't get fooled again. I'm gonna go down. FORZE ready for this, and this should just be a save for Apeks. So heck of a second round here for FORZE.
Yeah.
They will get a chance to make this a map.
And we know how potent these second rounds can be. That is just... You know, that one round has now made this pretty much an even game. And FORZE needed that because they've had a really tough time of it. Of course, they had a great start to the first half. And now a huge opportunity. Apeks will have to force behind this. And at least for Sense and Nork, they are not going to have perfect weaponry, so... Big chance. Big entries. And FORZE are still in the game.
Terrorists win.
This round is just the one man over towards A. No support whatsoever, and it's Sense, who's been left on an island with a 5-7. So
Teammates are getting B info, but it feels too late, doesn't it? About to get crunched.
Gonna need a crazy clip here, and Sense not gonna be able to deliver. Sprayed down, no chance, nothing whatsoever. The Deeg might find something, but this could turn into a save. I'm honestly surprised they're going for it this much. It seems like they need to be out of there. Jacob does get 1 kill. But the bomb is down. They've not got anything for the retake.
Are they going to commit to this? No. Ripcord is pulled. And as said, you can't blame them. Apeks is leading the wrong way. Unfortunately for them, then if the one player in A, and that was Sense, and he fell into Donut, his teammate nearest was Red Room, and couldn't move because they'd seeded mid. To FORZE. FORZE getting just what they wanted. Few dinks here and there.
Crowd almost
But
puts
all
down
in all,
Fukushima.
yeah.
So now certainly we get the eco out from Apeks, right? You still got these safe guns, but you can't risk buying around them again. It's just not enough. Your lead is evaporated. It's MR12. You don't get this under control. Game could be over before you know it.
It's always the thing about the reset rounds is the really damaging part is that FORZE get opportunities to bank so much money. Because the buys are just so bad from Apeks. At least they've been saving, so there's still rifles to contend with. But Apeks does need to do some damage. They cannot let this economy slip too far forward, or they're going to have to win so many gun rounds to really establish themselves in the defense. Okay. Maybe we should pay attention.
Maybe. Maybe. This would be a backbreaker for FORZE. Numbers are here at the moment. There's no one in towards the site. It's still going to be a tough one, but Sassanito, he's got the first, the second as well. Oh, no. Bombs down. It's a disaster. All 5 on. FORZE, what happened? This should have been your chance. This should have been you pulling it even. Instead, it's decimation.
What? They did about 80 damage total. That's a catastrophe. That is a disaster. That is... What happened? Apeks get 1 kill in mid. FORZE are so committed to B. Kakanito runs in behind in cave. And the first player he sees is fumbling nades or maybe reloading, I'm not sure, but he got a colossal timing. Well, thank God, FORZE, you had some money in the bank, because now you're leaning upon that. And Apeks, scooping guns off the ground. They've got economy for themselves. There's 1 in eco. Wow. That has flipped the script and then some, hasn't it?
Has indeed. For top. I mean, you can't give those up against a team like Apeks. I've seen before. Just so tough to deal with, so tough to put away when you get those opportunities. Gotta capitalize. Gokushima will be left here with the AWP as a solo threat, and he'll get his. All right, so threat on for A. Look at what it triggers from the rotation. You're immediately shifting Jacob over. Jacob's wounded. You got Sassanito picking up mid. A lot's gonna ride on Knock here in Donut. On this smoke fade, they're gonna face him. He doesn't know which way to look, but oh, Shalfie, that could have been so bad. The walkthrough before the fade could have been disastrous. Instead, he gets the kill, and now it's over. Bomb down. Jacob maybe thinking about how best to get away, because he needs to be on the other side of the map if he's going to survive with this health.
Huge kill from Gokushima. Huge kill. And it's not just the frag, it's the doubt he seeds in the head of the Apeks players. There's so much to open gaps, force bad timings, bad rotations. Kickstand, I think you should just stay alive, brother. Oh my lord! JKM was going for a ninja. Holy smokes. That would have been something. Well, I'm almost happy FORZE don't have to have the embarrassment of that. That would have been bad. And look at the power of Apeks winning an eco. It gives them another buy. Big green out. Nork was fearsome. He was a menace. He was always a thorn in the side on overpass, on the defense. If he can be anything close to the same, this could still be a clean 2-0 for Apeks.
I haven't really seen him take command in the second half yet. It's early days, right? You haven't had the big green, but now it's time. Now it's the moment, and they'll take a timeout to figure out how they want to deploy it.
I'm not convinced yet by this FORZE T side.
No?
I'm not convinced yet.
What are you not liking?
It's just the way we're getting into rounds, feels like there's a lot on an individual winning a duel versus forcing Apeks around the map.
Ooh, look at this, the window peek. That's how they're getting aggressive. Oh, but the nade pop. Gokushima finds his, and now Jacob knows he's under threat. There's a second as well. All right, Gokushima coming alive with that AWP. We wanted not to do it, but Gokushima's the one who answers the call. Shalfie, a little bit of a lucky break surviving that one. But this should be another hopeless situation for Apeks. You can see the desperation starting to be here. Sasanito feels like he has to make a move, and he's dead. He's a dead man. It's all on Knock, and Knock likely just wants to try and hide this big green gun. FORZE will tie up this scoreline, will make up for their trip and stumble earlier. And not only that, but the money's going to be in tatters for Apeks. This is a better situation than it would have been.
Proving me wrong. Wow. Wipe the smoke. Gokushima finds 2. It's not even a round for Apeks. They never get a look in. And Nook has to hold on to this. Next round should be an eco anyway, but they need to keep up the economic pressure. And with him dead, that is not a big possibility anymore in this round. Should be 10 for FORZE. And they are spooling up right now.
Rezal might get overwhelmed here. He does indeed. Only able to find 1, but the bomb needs to get the heck out of dodge. Tanier knows. He's out. He's gone. No way you're catching him. Take down the mid presence. Gokushima really starting to laser in with that AWP, and the bomb will go down. Shouldn't be much more doing in this round. The AK might be worth saving, or they could just try and inflict some more damage with it.
Gokushima is very much alone. Definitely give away this AWP if he's not careful. Players will be on the ledge soon.
They do seem to leave him in these situations a lot of the time. Now he's got 2 riflers who could come back around. Oh, they're going for the boost up. This is a cheeky way to do it, to try and go quiet. They see the barrel, but Gokushima's good for it. They'll likely know there's a second player there. Yeah, gonna dunk the nade. To harass.
He needs to get out of here.
I don't... Yeah, maybe overstaying is welcome just a touch. Even more important than him staying alive is not getting the AWP blown into their hands via the bomb.
Apeks needs some pauses, don't they?
They just used one.
They have to change something. They just seem to be losing the opening pick every round. Granted, in different fashions. But gotta change this tide. And now they're gonna do it the hard way. FORZE are up on rounds. Their money is extraordinary on a couple of these players, especially if there's bomb plants. Apeks have their work cut out to get this game to overtime, let alone win it in regulation. They've got so much work to do, and it's got to start here.
Nothing seen just yet. A lot of spam, a little bit of feints. False punches. There's the tag. Crad. 1 HP. Just limping. But, oh, the bottling pushes Jacob out into the open, and Gokushima's here to capitalize. And he's so deep already. Kicksun was not prepared. Gokushima is taking over this server. And 1 by 1, the Apeks players are falling. Finally, Gokushima will be checked. It's Sense to find it, but now Sense and Knock need to pull off a play. They have to win here.
This flank is so early. Look at Nork.
They're not ready for him. They're not ready on the timing. Now they're going... Look, but Krad's so low. Now the pressure's on. They've never been able to slip away. They're trying to get in towards Cave now. Push towards CT. Oh, but Sense gets caught out. The young gun. This is his place. Knock will find the first, but the trade is there, and FORZE, they don't care how many they're taking through at this point. It's all about the dub. And the dub in this round, 11-9 now. Money broken again for Apeks. FORZE, they're playing for a third. Apeks might just be playing for overtime.
Another pause is in as they have a discussion. Nork fully invests. They're going in behind this. They don't want to hand over 12. What are they? Kakanita backs out into a half, but okay, it's a little bit halfway house. Nork very much needs to save this orb. If he can't find opening picks. Fukushima in the last few rounds has found impact and then some. Killing Red Room takes the space, just ends the round almost. It's only because of that early flank. On the afterplan, the Apeks get back into it. Here we go then. Half buy around the orb. Nork has to do damage if this round is going to be potent. Where's he playing? Number 8. Looks like a B start for him. And he needs to get engaged early.
Woo! Fukushima gets the kill, stays alive, he's tagged up. But it's still a victory, still a dub for him. And look at this, Krat's holding perfectly for this push. He's got 1, he's got 2, he's got the round. He's got the round. They can just leave Knock alone, or they can pressure the off. They want to take it out of his hands, so they'll stick around, and indeed it will work. Apeks bet everything on this round, and they get nada.
This T side from FORZE has been formidable. Where has this come from? It's been incredible. So decisive. No opportunities for Apeks. And did you see Fukushima there? He killed the player who was boosting Nork.
Incredible.
And got out of dodge. That is impressive. Okay. It is still a buy from Apeks. Nork has to sack himself onto just an M4. No surprises there. Look at Fukushima. I don't think he's aware Sense is so close. Let's see if Tania clears. No, he doesn't. Where's the trade there? Yes, it is. And now Fukushima so fast at taking space. Look at all the room he has.
What? I don't know how Sassanito gets that kill. I don't know how that wasn't a stack up for Reza. It looked like a 2-man spray down if ever I've seen one. The bomb is planted open, but at least the numbers are here for Apeks, but Fukushima's on the track. This guy has been unreal this half, and it's just going to continue. Lights out on that AWP. He just keeps going forward, hunting, fighting, finding kill after kill. Sassanito just spotted. He's low, but he's not dead yet. Somehow Shalfie hasn't found this kill. And the pressure is on. Jacob might just have to be the guy, and he's done. He's gone. It's Fukushima again. Kill after kill. 4 in the round, and the map is there for FORZE. We needed a young star to come alive. Well, it was Fukushima all the way.
What a performance. What a second half. A T-side out of FORZE. You feel like this team, it should be their weaker side, especially on a map like Ancient, but that was beautiful. So many good little tricks and plays, and Fukushima was relentless. Every time there was a gap, he took it. And he got up in the face, shotgun open galore. What happened, Apeks? What on earth just happened? FORZE, they're not to be trifled with. We said it before the series. Everything points towards this being Apeks. Map up. Ancient, their best map. They look great on it recently. But this FORZE team, there's just some magic, Mike. There's some magic in this team that just lets them win games from out of nowhere.
Truly. Truly. I mean, even after that first half, the pistol round goes the way of Apeks. Like, everything. The stars all align for this to be a 2-0. For us to be talking about Apeks versus Sinners in the next round. But it's Fukushima. This dude, as soon as they got the op in his hands, I think he was like 9-10, 8-10, something like that at that point. He ends 19 and 11. I think he only died 1 time once he got the AWP in the second round, like, or in the second half. That was an unreasonable turnaround from Fukushima. The guy was incredible. And as we highlighted a few times, they put all the weight in the world on his shoulders, right? They leave him alone. He's alone lurking A with the op. That's not what people do. You don't lurk A with the AWP. What? Who does that? He's alone holding a spot. He's alone holding the flank. He's alone hunting. Like, they just leave it all to him. And he delivers again and again and again with that AWP. The aggressiveness, they were not prepared for it over on the Apeks side.
Yeah, and the third map is going to be Anubis, a map that is suited to the way Forza likes to play. Apeks are definitely doing this the hard way now, and if they're of championship caliber, they need to prove it, because this Forza team with their individuals, Anubis is their map. It definitely suits this team, and yeah, Apeks have their work cut out now to earn that Pro League spot. They've got a way to go.
They certainly do. We'll find out who it's going to be into that consolidation final after this break. here. And we're back into the action between Apeks and FORZE. Dualies on 2 players, not 4 dualies this time.
It's not enough.
They've
Not
gone
enough.
into
Half the amount
somewhat
we
more
wanted.
reason. Cowards.
Jacob,
down.
though, gonna get a chance here to do quite a lot with his 2, and that's not gone well. Fukushima starting how he ended on Ancient Aggressive.
Why not? I mean, Jacob was the lone defender inside of the map, so this is a very tough retake, and they're just battling into it. Castaneda will find one knock, the next. Gokushima now painted into a corner. They know he's here. Still somehow wrecks massive havoc, including a dink onto Castaneda. Means that this A main hold could be very good indeed. Ball, and it's super open. There's no kit. Don't think there's one down either because of the dueling investment. So Nox got a kill. Has to be done. Castaneda is low. He knows he has to chase this. And Krad's won it on time. Krad has won the round on time. Didn't even have to fight Castaneda.
That's closer than I expected, actually. Good fragging out from some of those Apeks players. Just too much to ask in the end. And FORZE off to a good start. Very nice. See if they can keep it going. Force buy in return. No saving for rifles here. Instead, what do we got? FAMAS for Kakanito. Scout on Nork. Elsewhere, pistols.
It's the Nox Scout that's truly the thing to be feared in this one, I think. Although we have seen some 5-7 rounds come through for both squads. Result? Ooh, gets his. Ripping the head off of Sense. Open up this A site. It's just Jacob here with a deagle. Oh, and he's already tagged Result. Looking sharp early on here. The individuals are very warm coming into Anubis. 2 players now dinked up. Seems like they've got no interest in this. It'll be a save from Apeks. FORZE off to another hot start and a half.
And plenty of players alive. Doesn't get much better than that. Had a good read. Did Result. I think it was... Was it Result or was it Shalfie that was going in first? Either way.
Result.
Yeah, whichever player went in first, he's heard the smoke coming from B. So, a decent read that it probably wasn't numbers A. And just went in behind it. I can't believe they're hunting the saves this aggressively. They might get punished for this. They're not really saving that much.
Well, all good. Now they're saving nothing. Only 1 player was lost. You made money as well with the Mac 10 kill. Easy justification.
You good.
The proof is in the pudding, as they say. And that pudding is tasting sweet.
I'm trying to make a pudding joke off one of these players, but I can't do it. I haven't got any...
We'll workshop that one. Take it to an open mic, you know?
I mean, you can use Result, but that's just cheating.
Result on pudding? Or just as a result?
Yeah, just like using the word itself.
Yeah.
Just crowbarring it in. I need like something, you know, some sort of fruit analogy or I don't know. Something here.
I don't really think there is, but I believe you'll find it if there is. Got faith. No, got faith. You know what I don't have faith in is this defense for Apeks. They got nothing. They got nothing! Deek's not connecting in the slightest. It's a clean sweep. Could not be better for FORZE right now.
Maybe in some foreign language, tinned ear is actually some sort of delicacy.
He's still on it. He's still on it.
Gotta do something. Eco rounds. Let's focus up. Guns are out. There's no orb on Nork. He's actually decided to rifle it instead at 5,300, so he definitely could have orbed. Just would have been armorless. Okay. What have you got for us, Apeks? Hard work playing CT side. Anubis. And I think we're about to get some kissing in the smoke. Crad, good trade. Oh my lord, there's aggression everywhere. Frags flying the way of Apeks at the moment.
They needed it. Needed to take command here, and that's exactly what they're doing. Kicks on. Had the right idea. Just missed out on Crad. But it's important now to try and keep bodies alive if you're Apeks. This is now the game within the game. The bounty hunt for FORZE. Obviously, great if you could win the round, but it's a 2v4. It's not exactly ideal. But there's still plenty of work to be done. If you can find a kill or two. Showing the bomb. It's going to keep the presence in towards mid. But I don't really know where they actually want to go with this yet. They have control in
Definitely
cave.
worth going for the guns, as in trying to get kills, I think, if you're FORZE. I don't think you should save.
Well, they got so much time, right? And as we saw in the first map, they're perfectly fine letting time whittle off the clock. Jacob just spotted the player getting into canal, so the element of surprise is given up. Crowd just hoping to isolate a player, but they're both playing together. Which actually does mean they're a little stacked up. He's expecting the second punch, but they're both here, and Kixon will find the kill he needs. Bomb plants.
No
Gotta be
way.
secured. All right, hold on. Shalfie's got the bomb down. Got a kill. Just turning around on its head. Oh, risking the Molotov. The nade's got him, Jacob. Oh, just barely slips that HE, but he's a goner. Now this is where the money is starting to be a huge issue. A 4v2, you get out of it. A 4v1, you get out of it with just 2 surviving with a bomb plant down for FORZE. That's a big play from Shalfie.
Massive. You know, we focus on the entry kills and the executes, but that damage wins, you know, when you sum it all together, that's how you win maps in Counter-Strike. It's always making the most of every situation. Jacob ran for a molly there, trying to deny the plant. Almost died to the molly itself. But that has done bad things to the Apeks economy. They would have had a lot of money banked up, actually, but not anymore. Nork is chucking his nades to the ground, as clearly he's going to play a committed position by the look of it. Tucks him behind the pillar. And important for Apeks to string a couple together. Default stance for the moment. Sense gets up close and personal on A. See if they choose to aggress any further.
Sense is playing anti-flash, but... Have they spotted him? No. So the trap is activated. Nox first point of contact. Now Sense plays off of it. And there we go. The rebuff is on. Apeks find their footing here on the defense. Now just don't give up these pesky kills on the tail end. Nox burns himself alive trying to get Gokushima. Can't get out of the Molotov. Misjudged that one. Oh, but fortunately for them, Gokushima's cooled off just a bit. And so the round will come through.
I was nervous there for a sec when you get another round of giving up a lot of frags and it was already done. This time, though, no such mistakes. This was worst case scenario for FORZE and best case for Apeks. Contacting in, rifle first. First kill goes the way of Apeks, and then the bait set just activates, and that is ruinous. The FORZE players are all looking towards the platform. They're not expecting Sense up close. And that is just what the doctor ordered. Apeks a bit of traction now on the defense. Orp is out on Nork. Nobody here to greet him yet, though, on B. Look at the adjustment from Apeks. Solo A, committed mid, free B there for a second. They are they're mind gaming FORZE here, saying you're not going A again after that.
No. Jacob. Back behind the door. Gonna be able to get the first. They thought he'd be bailing out after all that pressure, but he stuck around. Actually brought some friends. They were reinforced. They were ready for that play. And so now the 5v4 is available for Apeks as they look to tie up this scoreline.
Great round for them so far. You see Sense even came off A there for a second. And look at this re-aggression. They've shown all that presence mid, and now they're going to re-aggress A. Result is not expecting this. So much space to be gained as FORZE are back out of canals. Probably thinking about B. They're grouping in mid at the moment, but all this free real estate. Spotting players crossing now. This is a mess of a round. One for Sense. They expect Crad behind as result. So many frags here. Oh my lord. So much happening in canals. Bomb now to be recovered, and FORZE are a man down.
Oh, that's a big blunder from Knock. He was shifting. Wary of giving it up, and now... Look at this. Look at this. Apeks, another round where we thought they'd had it knotted up off the beginning, where they had the right read, the right idea, the advantage. That's all gone to pot. 1-2 in the retake. There is a Molotov. That's big pressure on for Tamir. He actually just gets naded down, and oh my goodness, kicks on. What a way to take command. All right, things got out of control. Well, you got your in-game leader here. You got your captain ready to restore order. Get that bomb defused. And get that
Where's the
where you need
orb,
it to be.
I guess is the question.
Here.
Ah, they got it. They got it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a round.
A little bit
That
of
was
whiplash.
a funny one because Apex's endless proactivity almost lost them, didn't it? Where they pushed back through A. They didn't need to. They were in a man advantage, but they're just so exposed in the open, these two players, that, you know, given that result was still up in carpets, that was a rock and a hard place. But Kixan on the retake makes good of it, and they've done it. FORZE's money has gone. Hero AK and pistols for them.
Looks like we're getting a spicy drop in towards dark, maybe? No, mid play. So it's all on Jacob. It's been good at mid. Well, Void's getting caught off guard. Molotov's a little late, so it doesn't really do anything, but he's just trying to stay alive, trying to prevent them from overwhelming him with these pistols, get the smoke up, get some utility. They're going to go through it. They're going to go straight through it. Was not ready. Teammate lost. Sausalito now lost on the recovery as well. They're out.
Safe.
They're gone. Oh my goodness. The Tech 9s have done it. FORZE, just overwhelming death ball there. And there's nothing Apeks can do.
FORZE are so good at these rounds. So good at being explosive. And I guess kind of every player on this team can be an entry fragger. That's what it feels like. Every player, given the space, given the opportunities, playing with pace, is so capable. And Apeks don't know what hit them. Didn't get a chance into this round. It's that hold on A. They're forced to save. And just as FORZE start to let it slip, just as Apeks get their teeth into this CT side, they win a half by. They got money for days after winning that. And they're right back at it.
Tough team to put away. Tough team to pull away from. But keeping the bodies alive, keeping the guns alive. Did we get another chance here for Apeks? What are they going to do? Mid was the pressure point last time, so we bring a second player in here. It's Kixan to support. But, of course, FORZE changing up the look. Not pressuring A, not even fighting it, not contesting it in the slightest. Doesn't mean that Kixan's going to get aggressive, and he's punished for it. Shelfie was waiting for that. Waiting for some sort of a counterpunch to come out of the last round.
Good nade. Good nade. That should have been a clean 5-on-4.
It's a clean 4-on-3.
Kukushima keeps getting his kills, man. He's really good at following those traces.
He is.
And, of course, fewer of them on the A1S, so...
Don't spam this
Pressure
man.
pressure on Apeks now to get a response. Crad is...
Oh, look at this setup.
Yeah. Interesting angle at the moment.
There's no way they check this. It's such a cheeky spot. He gets the second as well. Oh,
What?
Crad! Do you have to get boosted into that angle? Why do I never see anyone playing that?
I've never seen anybody play there. You
You
must
can see through in the window. It must be a boost. I am using that spot. I am stealing that wholesale.
Yeah, it
it's a
has to
boost.
be. Look how high the baskets are.
Thank you,
I've
Crab.
never
That's
seen
going
that.
right in the back pocket for matchmaking.
Yeah. Someone call Nart up. That's a good one. What a time for it to come out as well. And then for Crad, that third kill was an execution. It was all happening so fast. But Crad just went absolutely nuclear. And how this defense has fallen apart from Apeks. They won some brilliant rounds. But it doesn't feel like it's going to matter. FORZE will have 6. They'll have so much cash. They'll definitely be able to buy out the half. My God.
At this point, Apeks might just be dreaming about getting on the T side. This is messy. This is weird. A Zeus attempt. But only one casualty when all is said and done. Crad, another 4-piece picked up. Why not? Start to pad that stat line. He's feeling good. FORZE feeling peachy keen. I think it merits heaping some praise on Shelfie. We've talked about him. That brain trust, in-game leading, like, they're doing great things. They've been doing great things across the 3 maps. Very impressive for, I mean, how old is he even? He's still a young player.
I want to say 19 or 20. If it was in the right
older
rounds.
than that. Surely.
I'm
21?
not certain,
21,
brother.
21. 21.
Yeah,
Still young.
Makes me feel old, that's for sure.
Bro, I turned 30 in less than a month.
Okay, yeah, that's really old.
Put me out to pasture.
My life needs to be together before I hit 30.
13
can't.
days.
Luckily, I've got just under 3 years to sort myself out.
I was gonna say, what do you feel? I'm feeling judgment in that statement, Alan.
Now you're doing
Judgment
pretty
there.
good.
I'll take it.
Got everything together.
Just get a dog. Fixes everything.
I don't know.
Gotta get your life together when
Maybe.
you have a dog. Gokushima getting everything together here. He just walks in a cave. Again, I think that was just dry. I don't think there's any utility for it. Just walks in, ops down a player. He's still fighting for it. He's still brawling.
My
Shelfie's
lord.
now through mid. Ooh, at least gets checked down. Result drop, but look at the bodies. Look at the bodies that drop, and there's just nothing. There's nothing doing. You're gonna walk into Gokushima. He opened up the round. He'll close it down.
This is becoming dominant. They're taking so much space, FORZE. They're fearless. They're confident. And seemingly can't lose a duel at the moment. I'm not surprised that Apeks have paused. It's actually the biggest surprise is that it's got this far before we paused. Maybe there are opportunities sooner. Just a half buy here. Oh no. Are the favourites about to be knocked out? Does not look good at all at the moment.
Certainly not. Certainly not. I mean, there's still another half to play. Comebacks are definitely possible here on Anubis. T-side is potent. But this is just a relentless FORZE team, and we're seeing the same things we were seeing, in previous maps. Gokushima looking incredible. Krad's been activated here. We've gotten the moments from Result. 10 years looking rejuvenated. Everything's going the way you want if you're FORZE. Sense pushing a smoke. Sense is dead. Almost got
Pink off on
Gokushima.
Gokushima. That's nice. All his teammates are dying thick and fast. Crad should have been dead, I think, there. It's getting dinked, but no. FORZE have killer instinct at the moment. And Apeks have got to fight so hard now just to get onto 4.
It's been a different player to step up every map, hasn't it? Result map 1, Gokushima taking over in the second, Shelfie as well. Crad here had some substantial... Some of these have been against the ecos. I will say that. He's had some good anti-eco rounds. But still, Crowd has been putting in work. And now FORZE hunting for their 9th round.
Rush. A rush. A rush. I can
There's
feel
3 on the other side. They're ready for it. Oh, both sides rushing. Just a brawl. Knocking sense. They've got it here. Finally, the right call at the right time. Kokushima will try and bring this back. But there's something doing here. Crad, that kill might have been enough, but trying to phase through the smoke. Sasanito gets aggressive, and now Crad's surrounded. He is done for. Something for Apeks. And we go to the half. We are live into the server here, Apeks and FORZE. Result gets the opener.
That bomb is in such an awkward spot. They have B, but not the bomb.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's just a firing range that they have to brave as well, and Kokushima's punishing them. He's taken out of play. The remaining 2 players are so low they don't want to face, but now in towards B they go, and there are players here. There's still another smoke, and another molly as well, so bomb planted. Actually a decent position for Apeks, even with the man disadvantage. Better now.
Here we go. Coalescing, but no kit, no time to waste if you are FORZE. And look at Sense taking space into his own smoke in Temple. That is never going to be expected. Surely not from FORZE. They're trying to clear this. Like, Crad gets the kill through the smoke, just spamming. Somebody needs to get on this because we are running out of time, but all the frags are flying in. I think they've got it. That is unbelievable.
They've got it. At the end of the day, no matter how strong your setup is, you can't withstand headshots. And Craddy's got those galore.
They made that look easy.
Enjoying those ragdolls. Yeah. I mean, they're hitting a confident state. Especially at these pistol rounds. They have been unreal on the pistol rounds. Trying to think what the sum total is.
I can't believe they spam the temple smoke. I thought Sense had made the play to win the round. And I think it was Crad just spammed it. I don't know if there was a noise cue or Sense made a mistake, but that is incredible intuition and made a huge difference. This is good for Apeks. Get a kill, back out, regroup. Crad caught on the aggression. Can't blame him. Felt like he had to do something. But now Apeks can reroute, and the result needs to go nuclear to hold on to this round, and he does. Even so, still advantage Apeks for a second. Shalfie has something to say about that. One-on-one now, and Kixan has to win to keep Apeks in this game.
Shalfie will have heard Kixan, I think, running in towards mid, but he's going to rotate through Canal instead of trying to chase it. Wouldn't have caught him on the timing on Temple. He knew that. So where's Kixan going to read this? He'll get a smoke up early. Problem is he just has no idea. He's got the right read, got the right idea. This is his best place to defend from. Shalfie. Oh, still going to get the kill. Kixan reads it. Kixan has the right idea. He just can't land a shot. FORZE, how have they brought this back? It was a 5v3. This was finally the chance for Apeks to get on the board, to get this comeback going. And FORZE deny it. Result, you said he had to go nuclear. Well, call him plutonium.
Apeks needs to pause. They've got a buy here, and they've got a chance at a reset. The money is so bad for FORZE. They really need to have a discussion about how this round is going to play out, because this game isn't done, but it has to start here. They have to snap this money. And that pause doesn't come in. They're going to plow right into this. Free Galil's 1 AK on the Macedonian leading the way. Looks like the port of call. It's just result on this side of the map, but he's been beastly during this series, and they need to cleave his head and get onto this site.
Good timing, good timing. He goes for the util at the wrong moment. Apeks hitting it just the right. The result's gonna stay alive. Perhaps. Never expects them to continue chasing. They really catch Result off guard. A little bit of sleep at the wheel there, and FORZE might just pull the plug on this one. Indeed they do. So Apeks survive. The faster play, the faster pace of play completely catches off Result. You never give him a chance to really pull the trigger. And that's the way to do it for Apeks.
Safe call's definitely right. It's definitely the correct move. If FORZE lose all the guns here, it's a terrible force followed by a full eco. Now they've got chances. Shalfie, I don't think you should be messing around. Trying to scoop these guns, keep what you have going. And Apeks know they need to drop more of these if they can. But no players presenting. It goes on. They still need to do more work to pull these guns out of hands.
So much more work to do on this. But this is just the first step. This is the first step. We're going to get a do-over on the round. Something can be dropped over for a result. They avoid the worst of the double eco. Just going to give him a dig as well. Very conservative. Not even going to buy armor for result. Okay, interesting.
I'm surprised they haven't gone all in, you know.
Yeah. Would have been the typical play, perhaps, but no. Instead, Tanir just drops over a dig, and they give him a little bit of util to spread out. And Result's solo A, so they haven't changed their setup either. They're just trying to call the bluff here. Jacob gets the first. The Molly. Ooh, the Molly might have more. No. Sin's just able to slip away from it with the kill on the player E-Box. It's over. Shalfie's gun is too valuable to save. Apeks are going to find their 6. That looked a little touch and go, but they come out on the right side of the margin of error.
M4 scoops up 2. FORZE had the numbers, they just couldn't hold the site. So explosive from Apeks. Showing that they can play that game too. And this one was much better. FORZE are not walking away with serial rifles. It's just Shalfie on the AK. Given where their money is at, I think they were committing always to a double eco. They could drop rifles here, but I think it'd be too much to ask, especially if Result can't scoop an AK out of somewhere. Grab this. Ooh, okay.
Talk about a blessing.
Now it's a decision.
That's a
what
gift.
do you do?
That's a,
they
look,
could
it's the
buy.
it's the season of giving, man. Knock just was getting into the spirit. Getting a little early on the gift giving.
Looks like they're not fully investing, given the util purchases. Yeah. Playing the longer game. FORZE do have a buffer in rounds, so there's no need for them to panic. And certainly we've seen enough rounds in this series where a couple save rifles do incredible things. And check out the boost on the pillar. Fortunately, nobody coming B for now, but FORZE, by hook or by crook, want to get these guns involved.
It's all 1 for 1.
What?
Not enough to change that, but Crad with a USP? Sense trying to come through with smoke? What happens there? Chaos. Pandemonium. And a man advantage. And an extra rifle gain for this FORZE
Look at
side.
Shalfie. Look at Shalfie.
Oh, they've just found Sasanito. It's falling apart here. It's falling apart here. If Crad pushes this flank, I mean, Knock never expects him to go forward. How would you? He goes carpets. He goes carpets, so he'll miss the timing on Knock, but he's going to have the fast rotation. They've got all the information here. They're wary of the mid play. It's actually sent Tanir all the way around the world. This gets so weird, and Shalfie's push B. Like, what?
Only Kixan can win this round from Apeks. The bomb is surrounded, but Kixan gotta find kills and needs to part the seas of these CT players.
He just can't
I
even
don't know
find
how
them.
that bomb gets to a site right now. It's gonna take a miracle.
This is one of those where he's like, I've passed through onto A, but also I do not know where anyone is. So good luck. Kixan, I think, just going to try and sell this, pull him off and allow Knock onto B, and it might just work, but no, he's dead. And they're realizing no one's here. So Knock's going to plant, and he's got a 1v3 to try and pull off. This is the most madcap round. They still think it's A. Now they know. Now they realize. All right, putting the pieces together. Knock's able to slip B main. They have a found smoke. Obviously don't have a kit here. But this is going to be an interesting fight. What do you got, Knock? Oh, only the first. Shalfie's not missing. And FORZE do it again. Pistols, a couple saved guns, and it's enough. Crowd with a USP gets what could have been the pivotal kill. And FORZE, they're just 2 away from taking this, from moving on, from getting a matchup against Sinners, putting themselves in the top 3.
It's a nightmare for Apeks. It's a nightmare. They do all the hard work. They finally break the money. Force out a heavy eco around the saved guns, and they drop the ball. There is no margin for error now whatsoever. Flawless throughout is what we need now from Apeks. Default in. Fairly regular spread to kick off this round. Gukushima, though, so he wants to walk into this angle. Indeed, he does. Tags exchanged. There's a fight on A. Result lucky to be alive as Sen swings. Gets the dink, but not the frag. Advantage Apeks, and they have to convert this.
I have to. It's over if they don't. It's over. With this advantage. Tanir, that's a blunder. Trying to make a cheeky play on the edge of the smoke. A little desperation creeping in, but Crad still somehow gets one. The trade is there. Kicks on Will. Played. Shake him. Shot off the mark.
Apeks overthinking these rounds. They need to just get the bomb down B. They had
it
B.
It feels that way. They're so wary. They don't know where Gokushima is with the AWP, I guess. Because Shalfi's just found a kill. There was further earlier damage on Gokushima, but they are so wary. Now they're grouped en masse. Gokushima's going to push the flank. This could get weird on timing again. Is there a smoke to cover off Shalfi? No, there's not. Flashbang, but he ducks it. He's got the kill. The first, not the second. Gokushima, a chance at the clutch. Bomb going to go down. What's Gokushima got? Let's go on board with the AWP. In the clutch. He's gone for the sidearm instead. Not breaking out the big green. First shot misses, though. But second player in the corner, there's just no way. So Apeks will do what they had to. They will survive here. And the money is so very strange for Forza that they might have a chance to close this window further.
Looks so tentative for Apeks. They're just... It's Pavlov's dog, isn't it? They're just being conditioned by these flanks again and again and again from Forza. They're just so wearisome to take space. Think back to Overpass and the speed at which they would take advantages. Even the first half of Ancient 2 when they're on the T side. That is a long time ago now. Pause out from Forza as they're discussing where this money's at. Gokushima is fully invested. Of course, you can sell it away if he chooses. Let's see. If he could drop the M4. And they're going in. They're going in. They don't need to do this, I guess. Actually, their loss bonus is pretty damn low, isn't it? Okay. Another chance for Apeks in touching distance of breaking this money and bringing the game much closer. Here we go again. How much longer can they survive? Sense takes a leg early. That was on A. Information for Apeks as they're grouping B. Sense is doing as much as he can to apply some pressure to A. And it's working in the sense that there's only 2B for the moment. Pressure on Krad and his teammate to hold this site.
Timely smoke from Forza. Minute on the clock, but over the top of the smoke. Teniers now drop down. They try and just fade it. That will answer that, and now, oh, almost the double spray down. Sasanito limping, and Shalfi's still alive. Bodies here, Gokushima as well. The Deeg connecting, the Deeg finding its mark. It all falls to knock. And what can he do? Trying to just push on out by the pillar. Even does find the one, but no more. Forza right back to their winning ways. You cannot keep this team down. And now they get 5 cracks and ending it. 5 chances to put this away. And Apeks, what are they on? Pistols? What do they even have to throw at them?
We spent so much of this series talking about Apeks, the favourites maybe still for the tournament. Pro League spot looming. 5 chances for Forza to end that. 5 chances for Forza to play Sinners. And if Forza are in this form, that Pro League spot is absolutely up for grabs. They know what's at stake. And they're ever so close now to eliminating one of the biggest guns in this tournament.
Sense is out. Might have spotted Krad here. Did indeed. Got the kill. That's massive. Coming through from the young player, Kakanito. Able to clear out E-Box. And now, this bomb is down and it's a save call. So it's not done here. It's not done now. The money's not there for Forza. They are backing away. Apeks, it was a desperate buy, a desperate round. They went for the full speed. A repeat of the last, but at a higher pace, and this time the defense shatters.
Hunt is on. Hunt is on. These Apeks players, the ones that don't have the rifles, they don't need to save. They're up against map point anyway. It doesn't matter. But if you can take any of these rifles away, you make a successive buy all the harder. For now, though, it's looking good for Forza to hold on to these. They're on minimum loss bonus. So whatever they can muster on the next is going to be a little bit woeful on a couple players. Well then, Apeks keep themselves in the game. And let's see what FORZE choose to do. FORZE have played this entire half with no money, man. It's never had any money. They just keep winning the most unlikely rounds. And they're actually gonna... it's kind of a half in, half out. I guess they're playing for a double eco.
Little bit of cash here from, I mean, everyone but Schalfie and Result. It's a weird one. It is a weird one. Tough to read the tea leaves on this. Ooh, Jacob spotted.
Apeks desperately need an entry here. We've seen these rounds. They so quickly turn. Oh my lord. Not again.
You just need a couple stars. Schalfie's one. Gokushima another. But Schalfie laid low. Result gone as well. Rifle starting to drip away. There's no presence on A. That's the problem. But look at the bomb, Alan. Look at where the bomb is. They've got the site, but they don't have the C4. And FORZE don't know it, but eventually the suspicion has to creep in. Why haven't they planted? Why haven't they made their move? What's wrong here? And Gokushima is going to collect the first.
I'm not sure A is an option anymore. They've got no players on the site, no information. They know Gokushima was around. And look at this call. They have to reroute. It's still 2 pistols with no armor. It's still probably Apeks favored, but you could not make a single mistake now.
No. Tanir's picked up a gun as well. He's going to be on the scene. They hear the footsteps. It's not cleared. Kixan, what a blunder. Down to just knock, and he's done. He's gone. A force buy, pistols, no armor, and that's enough for FORZE. So many of these rounds where they look like they're down, where they look like they should be out, and they just keep finding the explosive plays, the openers, the kills they need to deliver it. FORZE, this young squad, this explosive team, are now 1 series away from the ESL Pro League.
They're just such a threat in any situation, in any round. They apply so much pressure to your economy, and you make one mistake, and they kill you. That is brutal. Apeks, my God, they're going to be frustrated after that, because they'll know the number of unlikely rounds in this series that FORZE seemingly out of nowhere made work was out of this universe. I'm stunned. I can't believe it ended in that fashion.
FORZE were just always willing to gamble, right? The number of times where Gokushima with an op is pushing a smoke or fighting an angle, Krad's in your backlines, you have no idea where Krad could be. They're all willing to fight constantly. You never have a safe moment. You never have a moment where you can just breathe. And it got to Apeks. It really did. Such an impressive victory here, especially considering they went down in the first. They lost their map pick, right? And then they battled it all the way back through the series. This is a massive win. This is a huge feather in the cap of a young squad with just oodles of impressive players all the way down. Can we just skip to tomorrow? I'm ready for the Sinners game, man. I want to watch more FORZE.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wins, I mean, we're already with 3D Max with one of the Pro League spots. It's been a bit of a shocker where we're going, and that's going to be a wild series. I want to say Gokushima today, for me, impressed me a lot.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was, we don't really know what happened. Elian comes out, Gokushima comes in, but this kid, when he is confident, when he's aggressive, he adds such a flair to this team. And the number of unlikely rounds where he got the first kill, like that last round, he is dynamic, he's on the move, and he is fearless. And today, he won some very important rounds to get this game over the line for FORZE.
It's so funny, too, because you remember that first map on Overpass. There were a bunch of moments where we're like, why is Gokushima pushing? Really? He's pushing that smoke and getting checked. We're left kind of head scratching, like, what is this guy doing? What is this kid doing? And then we found out. Second half of Ancient, from then on, took command. Turns out sometimes to get those crazy plays, you got to take a few risks that don't pay off first. He's collecting data points, knowing when to push, when to find it. And my goodness, in the wash, certainly worth the risk, worth the gambles. Dude is lights out. He doesn't miss much.
Yeah, they remind me a lot, actually, of Monty, maybe late last year or early this year, where it's just raw. It's just aggression. and pace and absolute decisiveness every single occasion. Sure, FORZE still have a few areas to work on. The series wouldn't have gone close if they didn't, but they're young players, new in-game leader. We know the potential's there. The ceiling is obvious. This lineup is cracked, man. I don't know how they've made this coalition of players work, but this is great. They're so entertaining to watch.
They are. And I mean, look, we've talked about the star fraggers. We talked about the killers. Let's talk about the in-game leader, Shalfie. Young guy, 21, coming in, stepping in with Jerry out of the roster. He's one of the few players as well. You remember that period before Jerry left where FORZE was just shuffling, trying to find the formula, and Shalfie was the one that stuck. Where they're like, no, this one's good, and we'll keep trying to find the rest of the team. Yeah. But we're keeping Shalfie, and Shalfie's showing why, right? That brain for the game clearly there, and working with these kind of raw elements of the incredibly explosive players, of the potential killers who all want to be pushing, all want to be fighting. He's making something out of that chaos. He's holding the reins, and it's working.
Yeah, I mean, the way this bracket is shaping up, I'm so excited to see them play Sinners, and as much as the FORZE style, I'm not sure it's going to work against every team in every matchup, but for the here and now, I think they are playing to their win conditions. They're young as a lineup. I'm not sure, they could pull off a super strategic Danish sort of style, but to give the individuals the space, to give them the room, and then to capitalize so fast behind it, it's beautiful to watch. And, I mean, they're definitely, for me, the most entertaining team in this tournament. Maybe if Spirit had gone the whole way with their regular lineup, there'd be a contest, but this plays so fast and so wild. You never know what's going to happen in any of these rounds.
Yeah, the infinity mine of just cracked CIS talent is just, if we can, there's no depth, man. There's no end. There's no end to this pool, it seems. Just new young players, dynamic oppers. We've now got this next generation, your Art Frost, your Goku Shimas coming on through. It's so exciting. It really is. It just keeps new names every time I see them. Just blowing me away.
The wealth of talent is ridiculous, and given the regions we're both from, it's like, if only we had this.
Yeah, give us one.
A team like FORZE serially loses their players to bigger teams. They lose Jerry. They have to recreate the project. They lose Elian isn't here. Player changes galore, and somehow we're still just turfing up these players from out of nowhere. Where did Gokushima come from? I don't understand how they keep producing these players. It is ridiculous.
Well, we got someone to tell us. We got Shalfie here, ready for an interview. Shalfie, congratulations on that win, man.
Thank you. Hello, guys.
Hello. Well, answer the question Alan had right before we got in here. Where did Gokushima come from? Because that dude was nuts today.
He come from Kazakhstan, bro. Only talents from Kazakhstan.
There you go.
Or
right,
from Yakutia. No, from Yakutia. Even better
Yakutia?
talents. Yeah.
There you go.
Like
that's where they find
deep in Russia. In Siberia.
Okay. Well, wherever they got him, we'll go back for some more, because holy cow. I do want to ask you again about Gokushima, right? Because it felt like through the first map, maybe there were some mistakes coming through, some moments where he gets caught off guard, even in the second map. But once halftime hits, once he gets that up going on Ancient, it was just over. It was over. He's lasered in. It feels like for your team, you have so much explosive talent from different spots, different players stepping up on different maps. Do you guys change up the calling depending on who's with the hot hand, who's fragging that particular map?
To be honest, no, but we are lucky that we found Gokushima, first of all. He's super talented, and also I would say I'm proud of him because he can perform that good on important matches. That's the most important thing for players, I would say. Even the players who has like experience, who played on some LANs or tournaments, when they feel pressure, they cannot like perform. But this guy is super good.
Speaking of the pressure on your shoulders, we've been talking about it. I mean, you stepped into the in-game leading role for this team after, Jerry's departure. You're still a very young player yourself, and now you're responsible for figuring out what to do with 4 other players as well. How's the in-game leading going? How is that responsibility?
it's hard to answer because you are asking myself. I think people who can answer you better, like for example my coach or players who's playing with me. But I feel that I'm doing good, and when I'm calling, I can also perform. I think it's gonna be the new generation, like already young players starting to IGL and perform well, like Syuhi or someone else, like Kuksan also. I think he's the young guy who is doing good. He's calling good, and his team is playing well. So yeah.
Absolutely. If my opinion matters for anything, I'd say it looks pretty dang good. The in-game leading's going well. Talk to me about the system around you. I mean, the coach getting involved. How much is he helping out with the system, or how much of it is what you want to do, and where's that balance?
I would say in our team, coach doing super big job. He's a big part of the team. Inside of the official matches, he's helping me with the calls. He's helping for players to mentally work with the pressure, and also on practice, he's doing so much things. We're trying to do some stuff together, and I think we have a good balance with him.
Okay, well, one last question here before I let you go. Looking forward, you've now got a matchup against Sinners, and the winner of that will be in the grand final and will qualify through to the ESL Pro League. I guess this is a two-part question. First, how are you feeling about Sinners? And second, what would qualifying into Pro League mean for you?
It will. First of all, we play against Sinners, right?
Yeah.
I feel like as a team and as individuals, we are stronger than them, but we can lose because of the pressure. Because when we play like important matches, we can do. We cannot play as usual we play, I would say. So we will just join tomorrow and see what happens. I'm playing with this mindset. And the second question was.
The second question was ESL Pro League. If you qualify, if you beat Sinners tomorrow, you're into the next season of Pro League. You're into season 19. What would that mean for you?
It will mean a lot, and especially it will be super important for the team because of the open qualifiers coming soon for the major, and we will join them as ESL Pro League team. We'll have more confidence in ourselves and in the team also, and it will help us. So I think it's very, very important for us at the moment.
Well, based on today, I can't wait to see what happens when you have even more confidence. We'll be watching the game tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you. Goodbye, guys.
Great interview there. They got them prepped in the FORZE camp. You know, we were so used to the Jerry interviews where you ask one question and you find out the answer to 6, and Shalfi, you know, providing a lot of information as well.
Yeah, I mean, is there any better teacher in the server and off the server than Jerry? But it sounds like their heads are in the right places. They're making the right adjustments. Correctly predicted that it sounds like Fierce is doing a lot of the work with setting up the team, and I don't think that's a surprise given the number of changes and given a new in-game leader, a lot of moves behind the scenes. It's you need somebody that's not focused on, a lot of these players are changing positions on their maps and stuff. Like, they've got so much to focus on. It has to be the coach to take the lead. So no surprises there. And yeah, they've just played a great bout of Counter-Strike, and it's honestly a surprise how quickly it's come together, this new lineup. But the FORZE organization has to be happy because now, with or without Jerry, they're still producing competitive teams again and again and again. No matter how many times they need to dig the depths and find new talent, they just seemingly do it every single time.
I thought it was interesting what Shalfi said about this next generation of, in-game leading talent of players who are stepping up, playing strong individually and calling well around themselves, that this is the next era. It feels like with the new game, we're seeing more and more of it. Players like Shalfi, like Kiksan, as he pointed out, like so many others who, are that next generation. They have their ideas for how they want to play. Some of them are inspired by the old, but they're ready to take over. It's their world. It's just a matter of time before we're all living in it, Alan.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. Carrigan leads the best team. Apeks leads Vitality. Snappy led Ents. They were never in position to be massive fraggers for those teams and never played those roles. It just depends on the team, but there definitely is space for this sort of player, and we are seeing more of it. At least at this sort of level of competition, I certainly think it's a very viable way to play your Counter-Strike. And I think the main point he was making is that the trust in the younger players is increasing exponentially as the systems get better, as the coaching gets better. You know, he doesn't necessarily... Someone like Fierce can be the leader of the team, but he can't talk, obviously, at least on LAN during all the games. So in that moment, it has to be someone like Shalfie. But yeah, the more teams that pull this off, the more confidence there will be in these younger in-game leaders. And that might be the biggest change, Mike, is that, you know, how often do we see the veteran in-game leaders get cycled around teams and not see the young talent get given that opportunity? Shalfie wasn't even the in-game leader of this team beforehand. So maybe more teams will look at these successes and say, with the right guidance, someone that has the right mindset can absolutely call at a top 20 level, and it shouldn't be a problem.
100%. I mean, even if we look at Apeks, right, who are obviously now out of the tournament, they're a prime example of this. You've got veterans, you've got Knock, you've got Jacob, who's been around a long time, and they're listening to Kixon. Kixon's giving the orders. He's so much less experienced than so many of his teammates, and they trust him. They put their faith in him, and he's taken them to the greatest highs that org has ever had. So, yeah, definitely an interesting one to keep our eyes on, and I'm so excited for tomorrow's matchup. FORZE Sinners, it's going to be fireworks, folks. You aren't going to want to miss it, but for now, we need to say goodnight and get ready for tomorrow's games. We'll see you tomorrow to figure out who our last team is going to be into the next season of the ESL Pro League.